Hello and welcome to another episode of Eternal Reaches, the Garblag Games Mongoose Traveller 2nd Edition role-playing show. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Eternal Reaches. We're back again with more Traveller fun. Before we start, I'd just like to point out once again that we have got a nice new forum on the website, garblaggames.co.uk/forum, link below. We've put up some information about the characters in this show, and we'll be sharing some more secrets and background information as we go along. So head over there, sign up, log in, check it out. You know the score. Okay, cool. So, without further ado, we shall begin another episode of Eternal Reaches. I'm Pete, the referee.
I'm Ben. I'm playing Azar Whiteeye, the retired activist.
I'm Sam. I'm playing Glitter.
And Adam, I'm playing Stalwart Husk. I'm Roger. I'm playing Commander Magnus Alexanderson.
I'm Simon. I'm playing Brandon Parsons.
Cool. Okay. Unfortunately, Shan can't be with us today, so we won't have Jackson PC. I'll take over Jackson's duties for today. Anyway, so previously on Eternal Reaches, our two separate groups of travellers, not necessarily heroes yet, had finally met up after... oh yeah, sorry, war hero. Had met up after there'd been a battle with Azar, Magnus and Brandon at Research Station, and Glitter, Stalwart and Jackson were investigating what they found to be remnant technology on the surface of Kusk, here on the map, having travelled there from Crear. So there was a bit of a kerfuffle, there was a bit with a vehicle, the ship caught up to the site, and the three explorers ventured underground through some lava tubes into a transit tunnel, which had been found sort of dotted around the planet anyway, these transit tubes. But this one led to a facility where you found a main power signature, and there was some kind of communication system that hooked up to another element within the star system. Now, earlier on in the show, you guys had seen a lab ship heading out towards the asteroid belt, and a large, lovely holographic display appeared in the air. You could see the layout of the solar system, and you could see this lab ship heading towards the asteroid belt. Something happened on an asteroid, something opened up, and something came out of it, travelling at relativistic superluminal speeds, covering the distance and hitting the lab ship. You also noted that the facility you were in performed instantaneous communication with the asteroid belt, which is unheard of, because still its communication is only light speed, which is why things like banking transactions between systems have to be done via ships that are travelling there, like you brought the mail on your ship. So this is novel, interesting, and potentially very dangerous technology in the wrong hands. You know that Bryce Corp... What were you going to say?
Potentially also in the right hands.
Oh, yeah, potentially in any hands. Bryce Corp have had a bit of an interest in this system recently, who knows why. And some of mercenaries were hired, which is actually the people you were fighting at the outpost. They transmitted some messages up to the ship in orbit. And this ship started to make way, which was called the Radial, which was a merchant vessel. You arranged for the Arrowhead, which was a Crear Defence Force ship, to intercept. However,
We also arranged for a superluminal missile to intercept.
yes, you did.
I wasn't a part of that.
You were busy patching something.
I was busy doing other things.
Yes.
He was
Bit of
busy
plastering.
graffitiing ancient arches.
I was
Harboring another
I was
alibi.
plastering the roof.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
It
Making
is.
secure.
It is, yeah.
Yes, you found that the system had a friend or foe category, and there were lots of ship idents that you couldn't possibly identify, but also the ones in orbit. and they were all in the foe category. And you started moving them, swiping left, and moving them into the friend category. Maybe a little bit too late for the radial, and it was hit by a superlunar missile.
That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Spaceship Tinder, swipe left.
I was more thinking we were friends or anything, guys.
So, you guys are now in a situation where you have a TV, a strange hover vehicle from Remnant Technology. You found this base, but you know that on this asteroid there is some more Remnant technology that is powered. And you have put your ship ident into the friend category. The Arrowhead is heading to secure the ships that have been damaged, as there are people in need, even though they are potentially criminals. The lab ship, it's good to point out that not all of the crew were Bryce Corp, just lots of the crew were Bryce Corp. So the lab ship is very close to the asteroid. And you guys are loading up your ship, ready to head off. I believe you were wondering what to do with the TV. Have you rolled it into the... You winched it in?
We winched it in, yeah.
That was already on the ship. When the thing came up.
Okay.
And then we're going to try and basically just boot up all of the...
Repair it and boot it.
boot it up, yeah.
Are we stopping at the station to offload our frozen passengers? Or?
I don't necessarily think we're going to get a chance.
Well, probably could, but it just take longer to get. Until they do their own.
Yes, your prisoners. You should
Well,
probably say.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we've got both.
Yeah, that's true.
no, we unfroze the
You unfroze your
Oh,
passengers.
that's true. We've got to get
well,
the
it's
just the
scientists
mercenaries.
back to
And
the
the
station.
Oh, some of the scientists.
I don't think we froze it.
No, they're just on the ship.
The Yatrin, we didn't.
We did in the end.
You did.
We froze all of
We
the
froze
personnel.
everybody dangerous.
There was
didn't they?
fighting and wrestling, and the scientists helped to kind of...
You didn't want to do it by yourself, but you got a friend eventually. And then
And one of the scientists had a go at the guns.
yes.
Yes,
Derek.
Derek. Derek was enjoying it.
Derek Gunner.
Derek
Yeah.
the gunner.
I don't think he has come down from the tide.
But it's turned off now.
He's turned off, yeah. I think you got remote power control, haven't you?
Yeah, she did pretty well.
I thought you did.
So your ship is
Blow it out of stuff when
your ship is undamaged,
Yeah.
pretty much ready to go. Schlesk, the science departmental head for the planet, and effectively she's in charge, has asked you to go and check out this asteroid because all of her forces and people will be either helping the radial or the Bohr, which is the name of the lab ship.
I thought she wanted us to drop off the scientists at the station before going. I don't remember. Doesn't matter anyway. You're in charge, not me.
Yeah, whether we're dropping off
I
the
do
scientists.
vaguely remember something along those sort of lines.
I think I would be in favour of going there as soon as
Did they
you
ask
see
us
minutes.
to drop the
I think
scientists off?
I think we go there as soon as we get there because
Just
the scientists are going to help me reboot the TEV.
we could just ask them to
They're
take
all-
sail and throw them out the airlock.
As they're all.
This
is true.
They're all like computer wizards.
They could wait at the outpost.
Yeah.
They could just get some
They
frozen
could
blankets
wait
out of
around
the station and catch them.
Or
It's up to
eventually
you,
take
you
them
could-
with us since they are scientists who can do science on
That's
ancient
true.
tech.
They might be very
As long
interested
as-
to go with you.
As long as
Yeah.
they'll agree to
I
do
think-
what I
think
tell
we
them
should
anyway.
take them with
On
us.
the journey, we could
Because-
ask. I
because-
tell them.
The lab ship's going to need more scientists. They've definitely lost at least a few.
I think bring everything with us because we need
Alright,
to get
we'll
there
bring them
sooner
with us.
rather than
They
later
can give
because I
give
don't.
Jackson a hand fixing the TV while we don't need you.
I am going to fix the shotgun
You're going to
for
fix.
Azar because it jammed, didn't it?
It did, Jan.
It
Yeah.
did all of its electronics
Jam.
got stuffed up
Yes.
in
Jammed.
parts.
Okay.
So I'm going to fix the as I'm a military man.
Yep.
I'm going to fix the shotgun.
Okay.
I may subtly put something on it that track it. He'll never know.
Okay. Right.
I
So
think he'll just be really
Okay,
happy.
so-
I think he'll just be really happy to have a shotgun.
let's have
It
a
works.
mechanic roll.
Okay, mechanic roll.
And let's have a.
I do have a gun maintenance kit.
That's fine. That will make things easier for you.
Oh, I think he's done it.
I think it works a bit better than it
Double
did
six?
before. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just amazed I didn't roll 3. I was waiting
So
for
this
3.
is probably what you're doing while the ship is taking off.
Yes, I'm basically rebooting
So
the
you're
balls. Yeah.
fixing the shotgun.
Yeah.
Make a
This wasn't the Gauss rifle, this is the other.
No, I'm
make
fixing
a
the shotgun.
deception or recon roll to hide a tracking device on the shotgun. Jeez, 11. You've got a 12 and an 11. Okay,
Well, that's sort of your rolls used up.
cool.
They are the same
Right.
dice that roll my character.
You're gonna die.
They're the same dice that roll my
No,
character.
they're not.
They are. The
No,
exact
they're
same
not.
dice.
Look at his stats on the screen.
Yeah.
They're
The
not
same
those
dice
dice.
that roll my character.
Okay, cool. So you're busy doing that.
I think
Away
Gliss-
from
I
prying
think Gliss's
eyes.
dice are cursed this game. If I'm rolling
These are
11s
different
and 12s.
ones.
So your ship can do 1G thrust. So it's going to take you a few days
So you're
to
fixing
get
this
out to the asteroid belt. So you can, if you want to, stop off at the station because, in terms of sort of, it's
In the grand scheme of things.
in the grand scheme of
It
things,
is
it's a
distorting.
few
isn't it? So,
hours.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
well,
quite much
then
acceleration.
the
because
scientists can help with the
Yeah.
TV and they'll drop them off.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can drop off stuff.
The scientists might want to come with us to the asteroid.
There are a few scientists who want to go with you, but there are some who are like climatologists and geologists, and they're kind of like,
It's an
I'm not
asteroid.
too worried. Yeah, I deal with planetary bodies. I'm not. Also,
Might be
if there are
Definitely
superluminal
tiny things.
missiles flying
There
out,
are
I think I'm
superluminal
okay. Derek wants to go with you.
Of course he
Derek
does.
can come with us.
Well,
He's a theoretical physicist,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's actually.
and
That's
he's
actually
got
really useful.
electronic skills.
Okay, we'll bring him with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they can all help work on the TV.
Not sure about his gunnery skills, but you know,
Well, no,
he's got a few days to start training.
Oh, no. We're going to ask all the scientists. We're going to stop at the station to drop them off.
Okay.
But we are going to ask all of the scientists that are staying to earn their keep by fixing up the TV.
Okay.
Because
Right.
we fried all the electrics.
Yeah. So
they
anyone who
pick
stays
them.
on the ship
Yeah,
while you
yeah,
fly out there
yeah.
to repair
Yeah.
the electronics on the ship. Okay, cool. So 3 of the scientists are interested in staying on board. There's Derek, there's a chap called Neil, and there is they have boring names. They're humans. And there's a Radial called Blemch.
And they are a theoretical physicist and...
One is into particle physics,
Yep.
and another is
That's got to be Neil.
into that is Neil. That is Neil. He's into particle physics, and Blemch is a material science engineer type person.
That's actually probably quite useful.
All of those are going to be useful.
Yes, and that's why they want to go with you, because they are interested in what you possibly find. So these 3 are willing to stay, and they're quite interested in looking at the TV as well.
Are we going to keep the frozen prisoners, or should we offload them
Should
with
we
the
just
scientists?
offload?
Doesn't it take time to get them out?
So we go just off.
Depends on how rigorous you want to follow the guidelines.
Can't we just wheel
No,
the
no, no.
baby?
We do kind of want them alive for
No, they're installed
Oh,
into
that's
your
gonna-
ship.
Take
They
them out.
basically put in the.
Also, we're not really going to take a lot of power
No.
or anything.
No, you can just keep them in there.
Yeah.
And if the power fails, they'll probably
Well,
die
if it's
rather
gonna
than
take several
wake up
hours
and
to turn
attack.
around.
We'll
Well,
wait
unless
till-
the
we'll wait.
departmental head wants submersion.
No.
Yeah, a failure in a low berth is generally death, not
So,
waking
Yeah,
up.
they're not at risk. So
Unless Shrelsh is particularly desperately wanting to question them.
we'll just explain we're in a hurry.
No,
we
because
can
there's
offload
so
them.
much going on. With
We'll
the other
offload them
ships,
on the way back.
with the Arrowhead going out, the Radial being damaged, things going on, and she's got loads of data now that she needs to look at.
It's really awkward now. The radio needs to dock for repairs and not run away.
It's going to be really difficult for them. I'm very sympathetic.
It's a real shame.
Yeah.
It's such a shame.
Okay, so you are flying by to drop off the scientists.
Yep.
So you dock with the station briefly
Can you buy him a blooming common
and arrange for a comm and gear to be waiting for you when you arrive.
Did we want to leave the tech that we can't steal?
The weird
They do.
or
grab
sell?
car.
Grab car.
As in, there's a guy by the
Do we think it's
docking
worth leaving
ports
that there?
who is up for selling.
To be honest,
Items that don't have duty.
The-
to be honest, there might
The
end
grab
up.
car, would we be better off taking that back to Crear or dropping it here?
It gives them something to keep them busy here, wouldn't it?
It
Well,
probably-
if we drop it here, then she'll just pay us to drop it back later.
Yeah, she wants you to drop it at the station for now because you're going into a dangerous area.
Yeah.
And that kind of ancient tech relic should be preserved.
And actually,
Yeah.
you don't know what
Yeah.
ridiculous stuff we're going to find here.
Yeah.
We might need
Yeah,
space.
And also, I imagine there's other scientists en route at the mere fact that they've basically seen a photo of some grab vehicle, that's ancient.
Who?
I mean, you're the
en route
expert
from
on
where?
this issue.
Well, from Crear, I imagine every other.
Well,
No one's got out there yet.
They don't know.
Yeah, no one's gone back to tell them.
Yeah.
Cool
Oh,
No one's jumped out yet. So
Yeah.
for now,
Nobody
no
knows.
one knows. And the earliest anyone will do is
Probably us.
jump plus week.
Yeah.
So
Wicked.
Or 10
or-
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or light speed.
Yeah.
6 light years between the
Cool.
two planets.
But is there no way that it might have some sort of friendly signal, or a system might be willing to communicate with the grab vehicles since it's its own tech?
That's a legitimate point.
Would you like to make an intellect roll against your science?
History. Normally, isn't it? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's fine.
12.
You
Have a 12.
That's my best one.
yeah. I rolled a 7 and that's a 12.
That's
fine.
my best plus.
You don't think it would work like that?
I don't think so. I think we should be able to talk to it then.
You know that the United Colonies built semi-autonomous transport networks where there's a central brain and vehicles fended for themselves in the masses, whereas ancient tech, fully autonomous. The vehicle itself is everything, so it has little interaction with the outside world.
So it shouldn't need
I wonder if the holograph we saw could be expanded to other, to a bigger.
I'm currently wondering all sorts of
so
things.
that
The
you could,
other thing I'm
communicate
wondering is that list had idents of ships
Mm,
long
of
lost.
Yeah.
You should see the mass signal for them. Huge things. And these were the things that thing was fighting.
Did you saved some of that data?
I saved as much as I could, basically, because I was trying to pirate down before any more people got
Like I
killed.
said, I've got my cameras all over.
And we've got all of his
Yes.
cameras.
Okay,
So I
cool.
basically had a
So you
hologram of
can
the entire
sort of
room,
review.
and that's got 12 hours storage and uplinks live anyway to the ship.
Okay, cool.
So I presume I'm spending a lot of time reviewing it.
How to plaster an ancient dome in 3 hours.
It's had 7 hits and 1 comment from someone on the station who's very interested in the liquid you use to keep the paste together. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you dock at the station briefly, drop things off, pick up some light shopping. Any other light shopping?
Oh, we can each just a copy of his recordings, presumably. 'Cause I've
She's asked for a copy of everything.
So,
Has anyone got like survival gear? Doesn't like the suits.
yeah, I've got my own.
That's one thing I did notice.
There are vac suits on the ship,
Yeah.
in the airlocks, as well as cutlasses, and that's it. Cutlasses
And TVs, like at least 6 of them.
Just the one.
So you're keeping that in the cargo hold. That takes
Yeah.
up most of your cargo hold. It's
15
close to the
15
tons.
tons.
the big one.
15 tons. We've got 16.
You've
So
got
it's
60.
about a quarter of our
Well,
cargo.
it's a
hold.
quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Quarter of your cargo.
Yeah.
But we can
So
fill it up
compared
with
to the-
little consumables.
You can, but compared to all those sort of small boxes you were ferrying in and
Yeah.
out previously, you're
No,
like,
that's huge.
whoa, this is pretty big.
Yeah.
So when it came in through the door, it's kind of almost scraped the paint kind of thing. And that's now sitting there, and there are 3 scientists kind of staring at it.
And Jackson, who no one's seen.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, and he's now sort of pootering around trying to find the access panels on the back of it, figure it out. He's downloading some sort of schematics from the station's databases so that he can, the common sort of internet library, so he can sort of check that out. So Jackson's going to help the scientists to repair the TV. So you head off out towards the asteroid. Would somebody like to make a piloting roll to see how close to this time frame we are?
So it's 8, 6, 9.
Yep, so you think it would take you 70 hours.
70.
Yes. At 1 G thrust, it's Yeah, it's about 1 AU away, so it's kind of 70 hours.
Alright.
Yeah, so it's nearly 3 days. So you head out.
Still faster than the other lot will be going. They're going to have to go backwards before they can go forwards.
Um,
And time for them to fix the TV.
This is where you want like little fast ships in the system that can do like 5G burn.
Yeah.
But you would cover it in 30 hours. Cool. Okay, so what do you want to do for a few days? The guys are going to be fixing the TV. I'll make some rolls for them. What do people want?
I'm going to make the very, very good engineering kit that I have available to them. So I think it's level 12.
Okay, that's top of the line. Yeah, it's probably found on board the ship when Crear reactivated it and sort of dusted it off from the docking bays in the station.
We were in a combat. Did any of us sustain any injuries?
I did.
Oh. Only a little bit. Well, a little bit, but
So you want to rest and heal.
Yep.
Okay.
But at the same time, I also want to get Glitter to brief me about potential threats and dangers on station. Any kind of defences that they know about.
Towards the end of the 3 days, I will aim to sort of have that as a presentation for everybody.
Okay.
I think.
Cool. Yep.
The current.
I can give you a nice little summary shortly.
Oh dear.
Given the missiles flying around, I'll probably spend most of my waking hours on the sensors.
Okay. Cool.
Maintenance of my gear, because although falling shields are wonderful things, they do require maintenance after taking frag grenade hits.
Cool. The ship itself needs a bit of tending to as well.
And I'm going to be staring at every bit of the recording he made and every bit of data I managed to download over and over and over again.
Okay.
Trying to work out every last thing I possibly can.
Cool. You think that the smallest ship, other than there are a couple of recent idents from other Crear vessels that have been here, and another Bryce Corp vessel. But the smallest one of the other idents is probably 3 times the size of the space station. So, and it ranges up from there.
Was that hostile or was that friendly?
That was friendly. Mm-hmm.
But there were some of that sort of size that were hostile.
Yes. Yeah.
Might spend a bit of time putting Derek through his paces on the turret as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Going to help him out. An injured traveller regains a number of characteristic points equal to his 1d plus endurance DM per day of full rest.
Injured currents endurance DM as well.
Space dice.
Space dice.
2. And I have an endurance of 7, but I'm at 3 wounds on it.
Okay, so you're on 4, so minus 1.
So 1.
1. So you recover 1 on the first day of rest. 1 characteristic point.
Okay.
Can we use medikits and stuff to try and heal it?
You can do medical treatment.
I have a medical something somewhere, but I'm probably too busy distracted to go and throw it at someone.
One of the
Oh,
Here we
right.
go.
Quite well.
Applying
marvellous.
first
There we go.
aid.
Do you want my kit?
Here we go.
No, I'm
Applying.
using sensors.
Alright, I'll do it.
You try and heal well over there.
Yeah, we've got medikits and trauma kits.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep quiet about
I am a
injury and
combat
not
medic.
actually tell people I'm injured.
Oh, alright then, in which case I probably
Okay.
As a combat
And a
medic,
bit of-
I'm very aware of whoever's injured and is injured.
Yeah, I mean,
So
if
I
people
will
can
help
tell
him.
people
I
can
will
tell.
help him with his injury.
Do you have medic?
I have medic and
Okay,
medikit
so-
and stuff.
The difficulty is 8, and the effect.
I rolled 8.
Do you have any skill or it's
9,
education?
10, 11.
So 3. So you gain 3 characteristic points.
If you download my medic thing, it could help you. That might give you another 1.
Well, no, I've got a medic.
That's
a
fine.
medic.
One
No,
treatment
the
is
software.
plenty.
He's
Oh,
got
yeah,
software.
It's healed.
I only needed the 1 treatment.
Yeah.
I wasn't that badly injured.
Okay.
So you trim heal well.
Cool.
Yes, I will download your. I will download your
Yeah,
medic.
I think that'll give you +1 then.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I mean, because the balance is just how much you can keep loaded at once, not necessarily how many.
So you're healing, bit of maintenance. You're doing a bit of maintenance on your gear.
Yeah.
Bit on the ship between the two of you because you're like the most experienced.
I will annoy the scientists by running
Combat drill.
Getting your emergency suits on.
Okay.
Emergency fridge.
Getting to the evacuation point at least once a day.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll
that's
also
cool.
be practicing my stewarding skills by afterwards apologising profusely for being late.
Brilliant. So you can add a day and a half to your steward training amount.
Keep finding these useful skills that I didn't know I had.
Cool.
I'm a mechanic.
Okay.
However, while everyone's working,
Not a very good one.
my music system, my high fidelity music system, will be playing nice music.
Excellent.
Throughout the ship.
Yeah. Some classical thrash metal. Stalwart, could you make a sensor roll for me for the first day?
Our sensors are a minus, I think, aren't they?
Yes.
Our ship sensors, I think, they're a -1. I think so. I think they're
Where's
civilian.
the
Civilian, which is -1.
Is this with intellect or education, sorry?
Education, because it's processes that we've done before many times.
I'm sure if the sensors give us a minus.
That's a mighty 6, then
window.
6.
6. Okay. There are some asteroids.
Oh.
There's you can pick up the ping of the lab ship. Energy signatures are weaker than they were the last time you bring up the file from previous scans, and you're aware that the Arrowhead is now approaching the radial and dealing with it.
Yeah.
So there's some chatter on radio from the.
Does the Arrowhead seem to have a faster drive than us? To get in there now. Probably
No, they were nearby. They were near each other.
Oh, of course, yeah, the radial from the station anyway.
Yeah.
So
So this is the first day.
Yeah. But yeah, the right.
Yep. As are you, help Derek on the first day with a bit of gunnery 101, and he's really excited about it. He thinks it's some kind of computer game, basically, which you can tell he probably plays way too much of in his downtime from theoretical physics.
Good training.
Just don't take up too much of his time. He's got work to do.
Oh yeah.
Glisser,
Yes.
you are pouring through the details of the data, the transmission, the information from the hologram. Make a
History.
no. This is more of an electronics.
Electronics. We do electronics.
Intellect roll, because it's like you're figuring new things out.
7.
But you rolled 3. Didn't
I
you?
did roll a 3.
Okay. Nothing seems to sort of spark in your mind on the first day. Okay, so 24 hours pass, you sleep, you rest. The ship's looking a bit cleaner. Shotgun is fixed.
The ship
Derek can rotate the thing on his own now. Yeah.
Let's clean
Oh yeah, without like that. Whoa, at the end. It's like
He
smooth.
pulls on the gun.
Yeah.
You've got a
Exactly.
pair of cleaning bots working round the clock to keep this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's working well.
I imagine they're like scutters though, they just sort of toss off when you're not watching.
It's coming. Clean something. And then they're like, Okay, so second day passes. Anyone doing anything in particular? More of the same? Everyone makes similar rolls then, so we see if anything interesting happens.
I want to train with heavy weapons.
You can train with heavy weapons, that's fine. Yep, sure.
And piloting's a straight line.
Yeah. 11.
And so one of the prisoners that we have was severely injured, and obviously she's in
Deep freeze.
Deep freeze, but she's
Too stable.
She's in deep freeze, severely injured.
And she'll come out deep freeze, severely injured, and can be treated then.
Yeah, by medical.
I'm going to fix the door on the TV.
Okay.
Probably best to do that when
They're
she's...
going to have better medical.
The guys seem to be
because we
getting
don't
somewhere
have a
with
bay, do we? So.
fixing the electronics.
That's a medic.
No good at that.
Sure.
A medic.
Weld the door on.
Go for it.
Well, I will merely inform
Yes, you
Glisser-
can.
Yes, I can.
I'll merely inform you of the fact that she was severely injured, and that
You say this as Glisser is pouring through data streams on her computer, and she seems to be barely hearing what you're saying. Because you realise that when the signal sent from the planet, it was bounced on somewhere else from the asteroid. It's almost like the asteroid itself is a relay rather than the endpoint.
So it was bounced somewhere else before it got to the asteroid, or it was bounced.
So a signal went out to the asteroid,
Yeah.
and then you can tell from the data, very sort of inferred, that a signal then went on somewhere else.
In which case, that if you're in the way trying to tell me things at this point, right? Yes, yeah, that sounds completely excellent, but we need to find the captain. Yeah, it is.
I'll go get the captain.
Okay.
I know, but there's protocol to be adhered to here. You know, it's not exactly very far, is it? You know, I can do the exercise.
Yeah.
Reese got the stairs. And I am trying to, you know.
Imagine it's like on the Defiant. It's going to. I'll get the
Would you like tea?
Yes. Anyway, he was really injured. Is someone really injured? I could learn some of my med kit. What's all right with medic? I think medics. As well.
I shall just move.
You're going to find the captain.
Well, I'm
I
hoping
found
the
the
captain
captain.
will
You found the
appear.
captain.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk to the captain?
Yes, if I can get to where I can talk to the captain.
Okay. You talk to the captain.
There are comms, you know.
I'm excited and I forgot.
Yeah.
I'd love to say potentially good news, but potentially not good news. So you know that the planet, they're able to communicate with the asteroid pretty much instantaneously, very minimal delay through technology that we don't actually possess or understand.
Yes.
The bad news is the asteroid actually is just the relay.
Do you know where it's relaying to?
No, out of system I would have gathered. Because
If
there's not much
you
more
had
resonance
someone with a
frequency
very
system.
good astrogation or census
Yeah,
skill,
I could give
then you might be able to
Deeds.
figure it out.
If we could go and find Stalwart, maybe he could help. I could bring you the
Stalwart,
data.
do you want to come
Where
down?
is everyone on this ship?
Or could I
Are you
go to
all
the
like
bridge?
standing in your own separate rooms?
Well, I'm not sure I'm allowed to go on the bridge
You're on the
normally.
bridge, aren't you? So I'm just going to commute until you come down.
Yeah.
Or we could take this data to him. He's
Well,
got the
He's got a better
computer.
computer.
Oh, if he's got a computer up there, yeah, let's go.
I'm on the sensor computer, so it's
Could have
probably
just,
got to do with
could have just
meetings.
asked me.
That's true. I could.
You're just randomly
If you're
pressing
around,
buttons. I
it's
know
not
you.
too bad. Either way, it's all bad.
Make a sensor roll.
But it might
I
be
already
really
have
bad.
11.
That's why we want the captain.
Okay.
Because, like, what if it's relying on to something else, say, a larger weapon emplacement? Or,
I only spent a whole term at university studying astrogation.
oh, in which case you
Not
can help
not
as well.
like
that
I'd
all sounds good.
perhaps be able to
Whole
make sense. A whole
Shit.
term.
Says Jackson.
2 terms on 1.
Yeah. Okay, so Stalwart, as they arrive onto the bridge to where you have just scanned the vicinity that you're heading towards, you can see that the lab ship, you can tell that their communication system is just not working for some reason. In fact, you were wondering why they haven't commed you as you are the only ship heading towards them.
Yeah.
So their communication systems are not working. Their power is fluctuating. They have environment in sort of 2 halves of the wheel of the lab ship. 2 quarters, sorry, it's a half.
I was going to say all of it then. 2 halves.
And there seems to be sort of sporadic movements of the ship, like they're trying to get the thrusters back under control. There seems to be just putting it into more of a chaotic spin, and they're slowly accelerating the ship in a random fashion, slowly sort of edging towards the collection of asteroids. Although remember, an asteroid belt is not like an asteroid field. Yes. And they are near this big asteroid.
Yes, well, yes, Captain. It does appear that the lab ship is in distress and it'll still be sustaining life by the time we reach it. And it'll be quite difficult to dock with the way it's been.
Yeah, you look over his shoulder and you can see that it's just random on all axes.
Okay, so yeah, trying to dock with it would be pretty much impossible.
But
Can we hail them?
No, their communications seem to be out. Well, they're not responding.
Okay.
They don't seem to be. They look empowered to me.
As a naval man, I'm assuming there are methods that we can like use like flashing lights.
Morse code?
Yeah, like
You could do.
like how the Navy used to do things.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
Which one of the flashing lights is their response, or is going to be hard to pick out?
the one
There are kind of lights all across the edge of the surface of the ship.
Okay, well,
The power's fluctuating.
looking at what they're doing, and I can see where cause they're trying to thrust, aren't they?
It looks like they're trying to thrust,
Okay.
but either they can't maintain it for the right duration,
Or they're not
or the
sure.
wrong thruster
Okay,
is
can I
firing.
analyse what they're doing and try and basically tell them what to do to correct it? Given my
You
piloting
can try,
skill.
but that is going to be a formidable task. 14 plus on pilot.
Your bonus.
Oh, you rolled a 9.
13.
13.
Oh.
So close.
So you start to chart what they're doing, figure it out, put it in the computer, but you just don't know what their energy reserves are, who's at the helm, what their internal structural integrity is. So you just don't know what forces you could exert necessarily.
From that, can I have worked out what would stabilise them enough we could dock?
You would be able to. You could have a temporary dock, or get close enough to
Push them.
spacewalk, void walk
Push
across.
for your trim.
All right.
We could lower a rope.
Alright.
You could go on the rope.
All right. You could with a grenade on the end.
Alright, I'll do that and then basically work out what we need to do and then just Morse code to them.
Okay, it'll take you a little while to set up the series and stuff.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Cool. You do that.
There's a lot of you. Knocking it down.
Yeah. Well, we need you as well, probably, and since it's the asteroid's a relay as well as a weapon. The signal has been bounced onwards from somewhere
She
on that
plugs
vector.
in
Any
data
hope
port
between
in.
astronavigation and sensors? You can tell me
punches
what's
some-
on that vector.
I think it's more astrogation than sensors. We could definitely.
So we can make an astrogation roll, and the sensor guy could help.
Okay, I will make an astrogation roll. He says I can help.
Incidentally,
I might give you minuses.
given the size of some
I've
of those
still got to
ships,
roll higher than 8 before we even get
Okay.
anywhere.
So this is a task chain.
No,
no.
I'm obviously too tired.
Wait. Add your astrogation skill and your education, because this is like something you trained to do, looking at courses and things.
Yeah.
What am I adding? My intelligence education. I assume sensors.
Intelligence, because you're kind of making it up on the fly with sensors.
Is it affected by the sensors on the ship, or is this an independent sort of calculation?
No, you're not scanning something. You've already got the data.
So 14 then.
Oh, okay.
Probably gives me a +2.
So that's +2 from the help.
So that takes it up to 8.
8. Okay. So you think that it was sending a signal, and we'll go to the map here, in this direction,
Right.
but you're not sure how far, where.
So-
And this is obviously, this looks like a straight line, but this won't be a straight line. If you had more time, and a bit more skill or software, you might be able to figure out whether it was here, or just off into the middle of nowhere.
Well, I shall spend the whole day searching through the data.
Okay.
Meldak.
Okay.
If it's Meldak tar, is there anything still working on Meldak tar that would pick up those kind
Oh,
of
yes, a number of things. And the
But
people
they'll pick
operating
up those
them.
kind of communications. But Meldak tar doesn't move these days, so at least there's that.
Has been quite some time. It's been quite stationary. So it seems a good place to send a relay signal too.
That's true.
But whether or not, yes, things there's entire. It's very hard to tell them about times. It's very
Well,
much
yes,
a morass.
I'm just thinking.
So it's hard to predict if anything will be able to receive there or not.
I
I'm going
vaguely
to
remember.
use the data somewhere else.
That's
Okay, you go away and you pour through the data. We'll
I
have
shall
another
panic.
roll
I shall panic for the rest of the day.
later. Yeah. You're going to go through the data as well.
Well, panic, basically.
Fixing the door.
I think I fixed the door
Yeah.
by now. I just open and close it a few
Yep.
times.
Okay. Works. It's good.
Yeah.
No,
Fixed the
no
door.
squeak or anything.
There's a bunch of nerds doing
It's
nerd
a really
stuff in the
tidy
fridge.
welding as well.
You have lunch. You have dinner. You do a bit more training. You run around the gym, or just around the deck.
Actually, my training was in broken.
When he's
Okay.
when he's
Cool.
not
Well,
being
you're still
shouted
learning,
at,
but
top
the
of
rest
his
of
squadron
them
suit on.
Picking up
Faster,
everything,
faster.
putting it down again. What are you picking up? Accountancy book.
Okay. So day 2 passes.
Am I able to send a message?
You seem to have sent a message. Yeah. And
I'm going to ask Stella to monitor to see if he can pick up a response that I might not be able to.
Monitoring quite closely. Just secondarily after the asteroid itself, but yes.
you seem to pick up broken chain of Morse code signals from one of the lights on the keypad on the docking port that Commander
like
Magnus
somebody's
Alexanderson
control.
suggested that you dock. And this little flashing light that you can pick up at a delay, you are there for minutes.
I was going to say we're minutes away, so over a day is not a huge light minutes, actual travel.
Yeah, light minutes. Yeah. So you sort of have to wait half an hour for a response. And then an hour because it's half an hour for them to get it from you, and then half an hour. So it takes a little while for communication via flashing lights.
Yes, so the bandwidth's quite low.
Yes. At certain points, the power on the keypad drops off, and then resumes, and then drops off, and then resumes. And this is random. So you get things like message read, attempting reburn, and it's kind of broken message. But you seem to think that they've got your message and are trying to do what you've suggested, so that you might be able to dock with them, or at least approach an airlock without getting flung off into space. Cool, so that's the second day done. The third day, you're up. The little light has been flashing some information, which when you come to your station in the morning, you can see it sort of picking it up and converting it into text messages. They are low power, low life support. Their food supplies are low because the kitchen and canteen area is in the area that was destroyed. A lot of the crew are dead because they were eating their lunch at the time, and that whole area got blown out and they got sucked into space.
Tons of Galileo stuff and be prepared for extraction.
That's complicated enough for them to try and get to you, and to do it repeated enough so you build up that kind of message. And that's kind of the information you gather from the ship on day 3, but you can scan them as you approach.
Okay, as basically what all of this is going on, I'm going to be programming various scenarios into the computer.
Running simulations.
Yeah, so I'm as prepared as I physically can be for the approach.
Okay, so make a good idea.
And I might ask to borrow your tactical HUD, because I think that might support.
Do you have tactics?
Yes.
Okay.
I have tactics enabled.
Okay, that's fine.
I am going to ask to borrow his tactical heads-up display, because the data from that will help what I'm trying to do.
So we can all link together.
Okay.
But this bit is like thinking out the simulations, what you have to cross off so you can get to the right answer.
Oh yeah, no, I've got tactics.
So we'll have a tactics roll.
Intellect and tactics?
It is intellect because you're cooking it up. If anyone wants to help him with a pilot roll or another tactics roll.
Well, I'm at 10 at the moment.
Okay.
I don't know if your HUD adds something.
Yeah.
What's that? 1.
Yes.
11.
Okay.
Pilot.
You narrow it down to a couple of options, and you think you're in a pretty good state for your option. You'll get a benefit of +1 to your pilot roll. You effectively helped yourself for later on.
I can write the plan down for you.
You're
And then tie it to an arrow and fire it down the whole corridor to send a message.
It's not exactly my strongest suit, but I'm not a bad medic as well. If it sounds like there's lots of casualties, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, get all the medikits on standby.
I have my fancy.
I assume we're prepared if they try to attack in return.
Oh yeah, be armoured and ready.
I think they probably know what hit them.
Probably not, but
They're in a desperate situation, it's hard to tell. We can do. Yeah.
Should I roll for my thingy? And then I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Your thingy?
His
Roll
name.
for the astrogation.
Yes.
I'll make it crystal clear that no one's using armour-piercing rounds when on board the ship.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, no armour piercing.
I'm not stupid. I'm very intelligent.
You
That's why I have
believe
Gauss
that the message was sent to
Which you
know
won't
that
use
car.
because it only has arm piercing rounds.
The telemetry
You've got a
indicates that.
I'm pretty certain the bow and arrow was not armour piercing.
So on day 3,
I also don't think it'd be necessary.
I'll isolate a separate power supply.
Yep.
So that when we go over, I can basically take a power supply over, hook up to anything local.
Cool.
So anything local, you can basically power up, so
Okay.
we shouldn't have any issues docking.
Make a 6 up. No, sorry, a 4 up, just in case you.
That's fine.
Okay. You prepare a power supply.
Yeah.
Captain.
Well, actually,
I'll
I'll still
served in the
pass.
turret for this.
I know I won't, but I still
So
pass.
things go
Snake
wrong
eyes.
and there's debris.
There is debris.
Oh, true, yeah.
The ship has now moved some distance from where it was originally hit.
I'm much more used planet side. This is not my field of expertise, but I can shoot a gun, and if anything's going to hit the ship,
Yeah, true.
there's a chance I can destroy
other
it
than the
before
ship,
it goes.
blow out anything that might collide with us.
So I'll also gather together some of the environment suits, so we can, if we need to go to isolated parts of the ship and bubble people, then we can.
Sure.
Then we can do that.
Yep.
Do any of the scientists on board have medical training?
Not the 3 that you've got. Your physicists, material
No,
science.
no, I know. Like some of them might have done first aid.
No,
courses.
yeah, but they haven't. Unfortunately.
And using my steward skills, I will cook up some tasty treats for when we do return.
Okay,
you
excellent.
Don't need to cook up tasty
Welcome
treats.
to our ship.
We have a
baked
gourmet
cookies.
auto chef
Oh, god damn it!
Blimey.
Yeah,
Cool.
but I'm trying to practice.
by putting the ingredients into the auto chef and letting it do its thing.
And then
Yeah, this actually cooks
Don't know, that's the
gourmet
main
meals.
thing. Depends how much you
I spent the next
It's like the tech level 11 version.
What is Azar doing on the last day?
On the last day,
On the 3rd day?
I have no particular plans, so I'll do a little bit of studying because there's
Okay.
not a lot I can do to help
Sure,
these guys.
that's fine. Tick off another day of training on the broker. So that's 2 days you've done that.
Yeah.
Effectively over the course of the trip. Stalwart, you notice on sensors that one of the surfaces of the asteroid that you're heading towards is changing. There's almost like a hole is appearing in it.
quickly, or
Sort of over a square mile.
yeah, but I mean,
Like
how
that.
time?
Like in 3 seconds.
Oh well, as soon as I was going to say, but as
Oh,
soon as I see a
really?
hole appearing, I would have been like, Captain, there's a hole appearing on the asteroid. You may want to start a base in Newbury.
Did you detect anything hostile there?
No, but there's a hole opening and things have flown out of there before. But
How big's the hole?
right now it's 170 meters,
That's
180 meters, 190, 250.
That seems far too big for a weapon.
Or just a really big weapon.
Yeah.
You can now sense a mass coming out of the hole.
There's
I
It's
haven't
not
seen
at the
the
rate
Death Star.
that the previous things were. It's not like this seems to be a 6-limbed pod coming out of this hole. It's about the same size as your ship. It's got 6 what look like appendages, almost like some kind of construction robot with limbs coming out the front, and it is moving slowly towards the lab ship.
I will inform you of that.
I assume someone is informing me of
Are
that.
we about ready to commence the rescue operation?
Well, you're approaching it at roughly the same rate that this vehicle is.
Cool.
You believe you'll probably arrive there. You're not sure. Similar time. Maybe sort of 10 minutes before it.
Is anyone telling me about it? Because I was not a big spiel.
You're getting, and there's some weird signal coming from it in a language or data that you can't quite process. The iconography is kind of
I'm going to ask
hacking
Felicity
into
to come
your
to the bridge.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
The claw.
It looks
The
like
claw
it's
is our master.
I
It
shall
looks
go
like
to
it's
the
communicating in some sort of union code.
I will suit up and double check all of my kit.
Okay, cool. You're going to go to the
I will
bridge.
go to the bridge.
Okay. You're on the bridge.
In
You
the
3 are on
knowledge
the
that
bridge.
should
You're
that thing
suiting
be
up.
hostile,
You're
I
going
don't
to the
think any
bridge.
suits are going to help.
Guns.
Guns.
Okay.
So
you go
when
for the
we
guns.
get there, if I jump off and go to it,
We'll basically try and, if possible, dock. If not,
I presume I'm being pointed
take
at.
like a line over
Yes,
so they can like crawl along the
There's a
line.
station for
A message is coming into the ship. You
Okay.
plug
Wait,
in
I can
all
wait
your
till you try
linguistic
to-
Yeah,
stuff.
all my software.
Make
Yeah,
a roll.
we have the line ready, so
Yeah.
we've got plan B.
Is this intellect roll? I think you can education the same. I don't know why I keep asking. 10
10.
with the software.
Incoming lesser vessel. Stay at distance. And there's a number Reclamation in process. That's the sense you get. And it seems to be it doesn't seem that someone's written it. It seems like it's an automated message.
Okay. So it's have I ever seen? Now I can physically see it as well. Have I ever seen even schematics?
You've seen
or
similar
ideas?
things, but smaller,
Right.
which tend to be someone's found a repair drone in an old Union locker somewhere that doesn't work anymore. It's dead. You've never seen one moving, working, or whatever.
I think because when we were in the thing before we turned it off, I told them the lab ship was a friend. I think it's trying to recover them. Whether it will recover them in such a manner, whether it will understand our ships enough to recover them in such a manner it won't cause more damage, I don't know.
If we can
You're
get
in
them
the
out there,
gunnery.
we should.
If we can get them out there, we should, because I can't
Your
guarantee.
screen
If
picks
we
up
can't,
an increase in energy signature in the vessel.
If we can't,
Captain energy readings are spiking from the claw.
Any idea what it is?
Let me see if
The
I
same
can
message
come
gets
back.
sent again. Incoming lesser vessel.
Right.
Stay at.
Yeah, I have no idea what that
distance.
means.
It means us. Stay out of the way.
Yes, I know it means us stay out of the way.
I'm assuming we've reached the distance.
Yes, I would
Otherwise,
assume
it
we've
wouldn't
reached
be
the
telling us to stop.
I think going hostile against that claw would be an extraordinarily bad idea because
Yes, I completely agree.
us and the lab
I
ship.
saw what it did to the other
exactly.
thing.
Us in the lab ship will be dead in minutes.
Okay, how far away are we?
So you think you're probably
maybe I can.
10 minutes away, and it's about 20 minutes away. So this is towards the end of the day.
Okay.
So if this is automated, there's no point starting a dialogue with automation because that just doesn't work.
Could you send like a go away code?
Well, I'm wondering, can I try to commit an ideal world to tell it to hold or position or something, or even in a non-ideal world to find out whether it's registered that there's atmosphere and life forms on the lab ship?
Okay. Which one are you going to try and do? Tell it to go away, or what is it thinking?
I would like to try and work out what it's thinking, if I can.
Okay. Let's have an intellect.
Computers?
Yes, computers. Yep. 9. Okay. So you punch in some commands into your thing. Your linguistics module sort of translates it, and you hope that the command is sufficient.
Yeah.
It communicates back to you 12 lesser life forms identified, reclamation in progress. Please remain at distance.
Oh, if you tell please now.
It knows there are people that are alive on there, and it does think it's reclaiming them. It's your call, Captain.
I'm not the expert on this technology.
I think if we get in its way, us and the lab ship will suffer.
What does it mean by? Do you think it's trying to save them, or?
I suspect it's almost an automated sound address, but he's just trying to bring them in, basically.
So, do you think he's going to claw onto them, and they will vanish into the asteroid?
Yes, but our plan is to also vanish into the asteroid, so that could conceivably work out quite well.
Brandon's face is like,
well,
we don't know if that
thing's
thing's got atmosphere. He could be taken to death.
There is a big hole inside the asteroid, and the sensors can scan the interior.
Could you do that?
Yeah.
See if there's atmosphere in there.
Sorry, I had my
Someone
EMP
got my
grenade.
batteries on. They've already put it out.
I mean, the other option is I will try and compile a "please stop and desist, you're making it worse" message, and we sort of wait and see how we're getting on.
Yeah, just try until it's pause or cease or something.
I'll try and work out what a cease would
Probably
be.
going to be better at rescuing them than we are.
Maybe, but
It
we
might
don't know.
be.
It could kill them all.
It could kill them all. I don't know. It could kill them all while not intending to. Any do you want to stop it?
It's 5 or 7 to its education into it. So great.
It's intellect because you're not seen this kind of thing before. Okay.
What? You've never seen a giant space claw try and rescue a lab ship?
You can tell that the interior is a tiered structure of kind of like shelves or ledges. There is no atmosphere. There's minimal power signatures. You are picking some up. seems to be some very high output ultra fusion power core. It's a very small reading but a very high output. And there are graviton emissions coming from the interior as well. But you get those from drives and things anyway, so don't get too worried. That's kind of fairly common.
But yeah, there doesn't appear to be any visible air.
Yeah, that's what my worry is.
Yeah, that's my
That I can
worry as
sense
well.
from here.
Can I try and tell it?
Are you still moving?
Yeah.
Still,
I think we'd
okay.
better not get in its way though.
Ask it to stop.
I will try asking it to pause.
Okay.
I don't know if it went for that.
Negative, lesser vessel.
No, it don't like us.
Reclamation unit, superior unit.
Right. It's better this than we are.
Have you got any bubbles? As in the ones that you
it
put
kind
people
of
in
is.
so you can transport them.
Do you
in
wish to
space?
go and explain to the father that it's not
I'm
bubbles?
wrestling that.
This guy's about shit.
Does
Can
this
I-
thing have escape pods or anything? I don't know.
What, the lab ship? Your lab ship will have escape pods.
Okay, if that jettisons
Can we,
it,
can we,
lab
be,
ship.
if we're
pick
close
them
enough,
up?
can we scan to see if any are
Available.
available?
You can, and you can see that. Hang on, let me get this right. Don't want to get picked up in the comments on lab ship layout. Okay, so we have a pinnace docking space. They don't have escape pods per se, but they're in the central.
So do they
Housing.
do they have a?
That is still there.
That is still there.
Yeah,
Is there
that
a way
is-
they?
it looks damaged,
Yeah.
and basically, if this is your lab, you can't see that on the screen because it's transparent. The
Ring. Yeah. It's in the
the
middle.
ring,
Yeah.
the pinnace is in the middle, and it connects to the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
The top half has
Yeah.
been destroyed. So you've got this kind of semicircular bit
Yeah.
with a strut in the middle where a little shuttle docks.
So I could basically go over there in my spacesuit and go and try and taxi.
But remember, it's
I
going,
don't
it's
think-
spinning, it's
yeah,
moving.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
so
think
fine.
the claw's going to let
You
us
were
get
trying
near
to
enough.
grab onto it. The inertia.
We're
Still
going to have to. We
wrench
can't get
you.
any
You may-
closer because
you
we
find
can't
it very
get
difficult.
between that core and
No,
it. So
we're
I've
going
got
to
a
have to
feeling it
stop.
can try and destroy
Find it very
us.
difficult. It's just an
I'm going to
invitation.
try and tell it that the life forms are a priority.
It can't be a hero group unless you do heroic stuff.
Right, signal to the ship. They have to get to the shuttle.
I'm going to try. I think we're going to stop. Are we going to stop?
Yeah, yeah.
We're stopping.
Okay.
Could I try
It
to?
will take a few seconds for the message to get there.
Can I try to convey to the thing that the life forms on it are important?
You do that.
It may not agree with me, but
All life forms are important,
isn't that nice?
even lesser life forms.
Oh, it likes us even us. Isn't
Every
that nice?
life is sacred.
I may not be reading out lesser to the military guys because in my experience they don't like those
Sure.
two words. So we shall not tell you it's describing us as lesser.
So you can stop.
Yeah,
I'll
I
show
think so.
you who's lesser. Fire
stop.
everything.
Yeah, that won't work.
Yeah,
New
no.
campaign.
Scratch.
Good
So-
job, guys.
So you're going to stop the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
One in the lab ship? They might.
Well, I don't think we
You've
can
just
give them complex
given them
messages.
a
We basically said,
Shuttle.
get to
Shuttle,
the
shuttle.
shuttle now.
I think some of them have probably looked out the window because you can tell that the power signatures on the shuttle are.
But if we tell them not to try and fight
Yeah, don't fight.
Yeah, well, I
They're
don't
flooded
think
the
they've got
engine, you
anything
know.
I don't think they've got anything to fight with.
That is true.
Yeah,
Harsh
they might
words.
blow themselves up by trying to start the engines.
You can see that the reclamation unit is attempting to hail the lab ship.
Oh, when their comms are down.
But they wouldn't understand.
They wouldn't understand it. The chances of
Probably.
being anyone on there that can read Union scripts is.
The West Science is going to.
It's possible.
Do you want me to go over and try and sort
really
out the
wants
shuttle?
to
He
go
really
over.
wants
They would only take you a few minutes now to get to the lab ship. There's still the other ship is probably 10 minutes out.
And I
think
can
that's
pilot.
very
Yeah,
good
but
And I
docking,
can.
loading,
Oh,
and
yeah.
leaving would take a lot longer than that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a
Just saying.
fantastic idea to get in the way.
Giving you all the information.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Okay.
I suspect it could
We
probably
don't know-
detect you and reclaim
We don't
you
know
as
what
well.
it's going to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
it may also reclaim you.
Okay.
Jackson comms you from downstairs. Well, we've got the TV up and running.
Rampant!
How's it all going?
Look out the window!
Okay. What? Okay, so you're await. Yeah.
And I hope they launch a shuttle that we can pick up.
The unit approaches. The scientists are clearly trying to start the shuttle.
Is it still flying around like madly?
It might reclaim
Yeah, it's
the
kind of
shuttle
spinning and
anyway.
stuff, and
Yeah.
it's following and
Yeah.
tracking it.
Oh.
There, in this thing.
I am out the airlock.
No, it's like
you're
a
way too
3-minute.
far away.
It's a 3-minute flight in your
Oh.
ship at 1G. To get
Oh,
there.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You have to
not-
stay
You're
at
not jumping it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
Because I
cool.
thought,
Rocket
because I
pack.
thought, no, because I
No.
thought if I got there, I could wait until it locked on. Because as soon as it locked on, the first thing it would do is it would stop the rotation,
Okay, and then you could just
and then I could
pop
basically just pop in.
maybe.
It
Might
might try
scorch
to
you off the
reclaim.
outside of the
It
ship.
might
though.
try and reclaim the shuttle as well. If we get in the shuttle.
Aha! The shuttle powers up and undocks from the lab ship and starts flying towards your ship.
we sort of position it for them to dock in.
Right, you maneuver the ship so it's easy for them. Just 6 up.
Yes.
So the shuttle starts moving towards you, and you see.
Lifeforms on the shuttles.
That was a 10 if it makes it any easier for me.
You tell there are some.
Rolling well. Again, probably probably a 6.
1.
There's only one aboard.
The reclamation unit comes into contact with the lab ship.
Yeah.
And its mechanical arms, but you can't really see the
And
joints.
scanners going constantly picking
Yeah.
up all of this data.
Maneuver and extend around it very carefully, slowing its spin, grabbing onto it. There seems to be some sort of gravimetric field coming out from the center of it, which does some work in slowing down its rotation. Its limbs then close around it. It seems to sort of move them into position first, and they all simultaneously lock onto it. And then it starts to move in the other direction.
Follow it once the shuttle stops.
The shuttle's taking a little while because it's just a little
Alright,
thing.
Can we move to pick up the shuttle? Does the thing get upset if
As it starts to move away,
What is it?
you match it, and as the shuttle comes towards you.
Does it still detect 11? Well, was it 11 or 12 on the red ship? How many?
There are about 10 life forms on the lab ship.
Well, it's 12.
That's right.
About 10. It's hard for you to tell now that it's in the proximity of this
I
gravimetric.
thought there was
readings.
12, but it's quite possible that it's not used to scanning for us, so it's quite possible it's 11 and pop fun. I don't know.
Right, I'm going to contact you. We're going to have a visitor in a shuttle.
One human, 10 shrimp and a pot plant.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not certain. It depends how low down the food chain it thinks we are.
Okay. So,
Do
shuttle
do we think
comes into dock.
Do we think we can load this shuttle up with some equipment and then go back in the shuttle
go back where?
to the lab ship in the shuttle?
The lab ship's being
The lab
pulled
ship's
away
being pulled
by
away.
the
I mean, we're
reclamation
going
Quite
unit.
slowly.
But we're going that way anyway, aren't
Yeah, you're going in the same direction.
Yeah,
You're
we're
effectively
going
in
to
the same
take the
direction.
normal ship in
If you want to
we?
continue.
We're going that way anyway.
I was just,
I'm hoping
I
it
just
will let us
thought that
aboard.
if the
The
thing's
little
not
light on
rotating
the keypad
and they're at a
of
thing,
that airlock
we could try
is
and get there.
going mental.
We could try and
You
take the
see-
shuttle and
Seems
dock
to
the
be
shuttle
sort of panicked,
where the people are.
fear, help.
Possibly, but I'm not sure. We're going to follow it and see if we can do anything. Because we've now got a shuttle available to us, but we're
Yeah.
following it in the main ship.
Because I think it might even let us just go in and dock as well.
Hopefully.
Or if I can talk to it nicely.
Yeah, ask it.
And so we're working on automated system. Realistically,
Permission to dock, it should give you a...
yeah, union automated systems work quite sophisticated, but I don't think they were normally sort of fully intelligent. Weren't they
Travellers are
necessarily?
friends, not food.
I think the remaining people
I
are
shall
all
await to provide emergency aid to the one person to fly the ship. I will not shoot him for only coming alone.
Also, you're over the com, try and work out if he's Bryce Corp.
He might have also been the only one that could actually get to that area if there were other depressurized segments or something.
Okay, so the shuttle docks.
But yeah, he may also be a geek.
And the door, the airlock opens, and a man in a very nice suit steps out, straightening his tie. And he kind of, he's got some sort of product in his hair as he slips his hair back. And he comes out. Well, bloody hell, thank you. Excellent. Bonus for all of you. Excellent, excellent. The name's Martin Bittlestone, Bryce Corp executive. I'll need to hire your ship to go after and rescue the rest of my crew.
Freezer.
So,
And he kind of goes into, he pulls out a little briefcase and he opens it up and he pulls out a little document. I've
We
got,
shall all stare at the captain.
It's fine, he can pay us to go in and look for the crew.
I'm in the pilot's chair. I'm not going to be leaving it, given what
Fair
we're
point.
doing.
sure.
Yeah.
In which case,
I'm not leaving
it's
the
just
bridge
you.
either.
if I can
Well,
show you
turret
through
in
this
case we have to
side
buy
room
space
here,
to
you
Crear.
can await for our pilot, who's
I
also
would
our
like to talk
captain
to
of
the
our ship.
captain.
Well, he is the captain of our ship.
I might
so-
wait here if that's okay. And he hands you a document that shows he has kind of unilateral clearance from the Korean Defence Force to do whatever he wants to in pursuit of this exploration of this asteroid.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like a diplomatic immunity kind of document.
Okay, well, you can stand here.
Yeah, we'll see how that
I'm
goes.
going to go check over the shuttle.
Also,
Ridiculously in the
for
middle.
saving my life,
Why does it say airline?
I'm going to personally transfer 5,000 credits to your account right now. It's your lucky day, man. It's your lucky day. Here we go. And he gets out his little handheld computer and he's like, right, serve it up. Here we go. 5,000 credits for you. Here we go.
No, thank you.
Oh, come on. I need to pay back the man who opened the door, saved my life. Come on.
So I suggest you go and sit in that room and wait for the captain.
Is there any coffee?
Yes, I will bring you coffee. How would you like your coffee?
Cream, 2 sugars.
I will go and get him some cream, 2 sugars.
Excellent.
And I'll put it in
Good
the
man.
room.
Good man. And he kind of walks off.
Okay, I'm going to go check the shuttle.
That'll be 10,000 credits.
Azar, you need to come down here now.
Why?
I shall.
Derek's like, I've
I
got
shall-
this.
I shall
I've got
cut
this. Don't worry.
communication to Azar.
Just staring at the thing pulling the lampshade away.
Derek. Debris,
Don't worry.
Debris. You
Oh,
shoot
oh, yeah,
debris,
yeah,
not
yeah,
the
hang on.
floor.
Boom.
I'll go do the check over the shuttle to
He's
make
not-
sure it's.
There's nothing. He's making noises.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening. He's going boom, boom, boom. He's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to check over the shuttle to make sure it's okay.
It's a standard shuttle. It's
Fine,
got
yeah,
emergency
don't-
kit and stuff.
damage
It seems to
and
be there's a few power fluctuations, or it looks like someone from the outside was trying to disable the power in the shuttle.
Right, I should go down from the turret and
Okay.
look for. What's he called again?
Brandon.
Brandon. That's right.
Yes. You find him in the docking bay with the shuttle,
What?
looking at this powerhouse, this external
Yeah.
port.
What's the matter?
I shall go and get our engineer to come and help it sort it out. Well, he's finished with the.
Yeah, we've got the 3 scientists.
As you go over to the thing, you see that Martin Bittlestone has actually wandered over towards the scientist with the TV. He's like, I'm telling you, I will give you 850,000 credits for that vehicle right now. I can send the funds over right now.
Yeah.
And like Jackson and the guys that look at you like,
Okay. I shall walk over to him.
Oh,
You
Brandon
need-
Parsons.
You need to go and sit in that room before I restrain you in a very
Oh,
physical way.
oh.
And he's got
This
you
is
trim
an-
with him now.
This is
Okay. So basically, I'm reaching for the holster.
okay. I didn't realise we were Red Alert or DEFCON 2 or whatever. Fine. I understand these ships run, a bit weird these days. Anyway,
And
I'll
by
go
the
away in that room and have
By
that
the
coffee.
way, that vehicle's worth 2.25 million units. So don't give me any of your 800,000 malarkey.
Well, I can see that that's been well used, and you're about flying towards an asteroid that you don't know if it's going to blow you up.
Maybe it would take you at least 2-3 weeks to get another one here. Oh, and hang on a minute, how long would it take you to actually acquire one?
Well, we'll see.
Room, sit, captain,
Coffee,
away.
coffee.
More coffee.
And he walks off.
What?
He's got
just go and
smart,
stand
dark.
next to that door and make sure he doesn't leave it.
His suit is
trying to
almost
solve the
black.
shuttle.
It's like a super dark charcoal grey.
Alright.
Almost black. He's got the latest trend.
Don't
of
let him buy anything
tie,
like our
shirt.
shit.
Okay.
Get the scientists to analyse exactly
Right.
what's happened with the shuttle.
Hi,
Hi.
you're Trin, aren't you?
I am.
Great,
Well spotted. Yeah.
great, excellent.
Give him my 5,000 credits. He's great.
Oh, you want the transfer of 5,000 credits? He reports to you, does he?
It looks like it.
Okay, right. Where's your terminal? Let's transfer the money.
Just got a comm device. I'm assuming that's got.
Okay, here we go.
Why are you giving? Yeah, not that I'm complaining, but why are you giving me 5,000?
You guys saved my life.
Oh,
I feel
fair
I
enough.
need to pay someone. Come on, I'm very important.
Clearly.
Anyway,
Nice suit.
thank
Why are
you.
you wearing a tie?
Why wouldn't I wear a tie?
Because we're 3 days out in space from the nearest office.
The lab ship still runs like the office, my friend. What was your name, by the way?
Azar.
Azar. Nice to meet you. I'm Martin Bittlestone.
I'll buy you for 5,000.
Excellent, excellent. He seems to be looking up and down, appraising your attire and accoutrements. Make an intellect roll. Sorry.
Modified by anything? It could be argued that I'm somewhat
This is like.
streetwise.
Oh yes, yeah. Do that. Yes.
There's a reason I see
Do
you
that.
to go and talk to someone.
Do that.
People misjudge you, Trin. I mean,
Oh,
good God, no!
Double one.
Damn you, Salazar!
Not today.
Not
okay.
today, I'm not.
Okay. Fine. You
Well, one of those had to happen sooner or later.
the coffee arrives.
Who else on the ship might have information about Bryce Corp?
Jackson.
Employees. Yeah.
Is double one an automatic failure?
Yes.
Okay.
Double one is an automatic.
Maybe.
In fact, I think 1 and a 2 is.
Yeah, maybe Jackson should see if he has any information.
Jackson is suddenly keeping a very low profile.
Yeah.
You realise that when the guy was out
Yeah.
looking at the TV,
Yeah.
Jackson was practically hiding behind it.
Okay.
I'd
Well-
rather not get noticed by certain people.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get the scientists to well, one of them at least, to just help me sort out this power unit so we can get the ship properly in case we need to go in.
The one where you plugged the leads in the wrong way around. You know you did that.
Oh, is that what? Oh, did I?
Yeah, I'll
That's
sort that out for you. Leave that here. I'll sort that out.
That's a
For you.
really rookie mistake.
I'll sort that out for you.
No, the shuttle. On the shuttle. You said the shuttle had been disabled.
No, so it looked like someone was
It looked
trying
like-
to,
okay.
which is maybe why the power was fluctuating as
Right.
someone was trying to fly it away.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reclamation unit is now taking the lab ship into the open
We're
maw
following
of the
that?
asteroid.
We're following
Okay.
that.
Adam, Stalwart, make another sensor roll as you approach.
Probably 9.
Okay.
Education. 11.
You detect 5 other dense bodies in the same configuration as this reclamation. There are 4 other bodies inside there that are of similar size, but they have a different configuration. Looks like this is almost like a garage door with various things inside on various docking ledges.
And so, when you say 5 and 4, you mean 9 in total?
Yes, plus the one that's flying in, so it
That's
would
somewhere
make
we
10.
can dock.
Also, did we bring enough post-it notes to steal an ancient ship?
No,
The docking ledges are big enough for your ship
there is
to
literally
land
not
on
enough.
Oh, wow,
post-it notes.
inside the asteroid. This is like a big asteroid, kind of like Ceres in the asteroid belt, like a large. Like the size of a
I
moon,
think
kind
just
of.
follow it. And
Yeah,
if they
we're
come as
following.
anything like we're going to shut the doors
Okay,
on,
I'm going
I'll tell you.
First for attack.
As we're approaching, I'm going to again use computer to identify which we think will be a suitable docking point and help guide us in.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I've got time.
So you fly into the opening
Yep.
of the asteroid behind the.
And I'm literally watching the comms for anything that comes
It
through.
doesn't seem to be scanning you now that it has the damaged ship. Almost
Yeah.
like its task is in action,
Yeah.
so it's not concerned. Maybe if you turned your weapons on, it might get annoyed.
But we're not doing that.
Oh God, no.
And it
Derek
seems
has
to.
no power down there at all.
Are we okay
Very
with
much
flying?
Yeah.
I suppose we're okay
Like
flying at regular space with another ship attached to us. The small,
well, it has
because
to
the
be
actual
Yeah, it's up
shuttle
to
is
you.
quite big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't kind of come inside.
Mr. Bickleston, how did
No,
you
you
get
need
to
to have, I think you need to have a
Shuttle.
special bay.
Oh,
for them.
okay.
The shuttle.
Yeah.
Oh, the crew made sure that I could get clear and cut back to you to ensure that the proper rescue happened.
Good. Yeah. It's real serious damage.
Yeah, when whatever hit us, I mean, that just came out of nowhere, just tore half the ship apart.
Torpedo.
Torpedo. Right, we're
From
still
the asteroid.
all the sensors and communications went down. We didn't know
Yeah.
what was going on. We could barely pick up things. We could.
Superluminal torpedo.
Sorry.
You could
Very
really
fast
spend
moving.
some serious money on that.
Torpedo. Just
I know.
straight out the asteroid. Boom.
That
Do you have any,
information's definitely worth charging for.
Do you have any sensor data that you might be
One.
willing to?
Not on me, but I'm sure I could dig some up for you.
Because that, my friend, would be worth a few credits.
I would imagine so. Hey, the price on human life, though. I mean, the most important thing is that
Absolutely.
you're
we
here
must
with us now.
get back my fellow colleagues and crew.
and we will. We're following them in, and we'll get them back as a matter of priority.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Perfect. Seems to go into his briefcase and pull out a small device and start
I shall
writing something.
approach him and give him a card. Please keep this on you at all times so I can ensure I know where you are on my ship.
Oh, of course. Excellent. Thank you. And he pops it in the pocket of his jacket.
On the bridge, any hope any of those docking ledges are anywhere near where they're taking?
So
Yeah,
as
that's
you
why I did
as
say I
you
was
come
picking the most
into
sensible one.
as you come into the interior, there are these ledges down the sides of the interior. You see it's kind of oval shaped, and these reclamation units or whatever they are, kind of all hanging on the far wall. So these docking ledges look like they're for actual ships. Each one is big enough to have your ship to land on, and in fact probably two of your ship to sit on. So this is a vast, this is big space. You can see that on each of these docking ledges there are various small structures on the back, like control areas, exits, entrances, etc. And one of the other reclamation units is actually now moving away from the wall towards the now rotating other unit. The two are coming together on either side of the lab ship, and energy signatures are blooming, but not in a weapons kind of instant kind of way. Just like lots of systems seem to be coming on at once in both of the reclamation units.
Right, they're trying to do something. I hope there's any atmosphere anyway. It's still.
Haven't found any.
This whole chamber seems to be vacuum at the moment.
I assume I can't sense beyond this at all.
You're sensing trace graviton particles in the decking of the.
So it looks like those platforms are decks.
You
Gravity
could,
runner.
you could perhaps say to the units, you could say something I know, like shuttle is ready to take on board the live.
Well, what I was going to go with is if you could find somewhere to land as captain, I'll try and explain to it that we have medical aid for the life forms on the ship.
And air.
Could be quite fascinating to watch this here.
Get the vac suits ready.
Get vac suits ready. I think.
Are we going to land with the shuttle attached to us?
Can we
I'm
land
assuming
with the
we
shuttle
can do
attached to us?
Shuttle then.
I will try and compose a message to the effect that we wish permission to come aboard I know it's not a ship, but technically speaking, it's a thing. Which we permission to come aboard, and that we have medical supplies appropriate for life forms on ship.
Okay.
And I'll probably do that wide spectrum if I can,
Okay,
because
cool.
it might just not be that unit is now considered a problem finished.
You get a message back. So as you send this message out,
Right. Okay.
one of the docking ledges, some lights come on. Very faint lights, just a few. And you see a control room, some sort of windows, like an office, like almost like a small office building at the back of this docking ledge, this big docking ledge. Some lights, very faint lights come on, flickering, almost like power's not 100%.
Yeah, so the power...
Brandon, you've got any remote... I'll call you if you're not back up. You've got any remote power units we might need?
Actually, I have, and I think this one's working now.
Marvellous. What's the...
Well, I sensed the power it could generate a lot of power, but that it was sort of at the end of its life, that it was only generating a very small amount of power.
It could be thousands of years old. I don't have an easy... I mean, I've still not found anything dating this to any period of human history yet. I don't know how many thousands of years have been off.
You get a message back.
Right, okay.
Landing permitted, although redundant.
Okay.
Ship reparation commencing.
Okay, it thinks it's repairing the lab ship.
It's going to be a wicked lab ship.
A fast moving,
Or a
fluctuating
perfect
gravimetric field surrounds the lab ship. And in particular, the two ends of the semicircle.
Yeah.
And from one of the reclamation units, a small door opens, and a small cluster of, it looks like a cloud of small particles, flows out of the aperture through the gravimetric field onto the ends of the ship. And slowly, metal forms on the edges of the ship. You start to watch it repair it in front of your eyes.
I would quite
It's
like
very
to
slow,
just the whole...
and you think this will take, oh god, that's taking, you're like, wow, oh my god, this is amazing. And then after a few minutes, you're like, yeah, it's really slow.
It's going to take
like
hours.
Just stitching this thing together.
Is it repairing it as a ring, or is it repairing it and just, like an amputee lab ship?
You're not sure yet. You're not
I
sure.
suppose I can't really tell,
Okay.
because they're all watching out the window and I'm
Scanners round the
bodyguarding this
clock.
way.
Yeah.
I shall go and speak to. Can't remember. I've not written his name down. The man,
Bryce Corp, dude.
Martin Bittlestone.
Martin Peters.
I've got more interesting things to do than him.
Can I land on the permitted land?
You can.
I should tell him that unfortunately the captain's quite busy. But if you'd like to look out the window, there's something quite interesting going on.
We provided
Certainly.
entertainment.
Did we
It's
give him a window?
He sort of
Oh,
looks at
well,
you.
a
the
window?
thing is he's quite an important person, so I would have put him in a stateroom.
There's probably
Definitely
got a
would have had a
window.
window.
Oh, yeah, there's a window.
I mean, I'd feel like I wasn't doing my
Your stewardly duties.
any justice if I didn't at least give him a window
Oh,
and a good view.
Do those
That's
doors
true.
lock from the
And he
outside?
has a great view of, now that you've landed on this docking ledge,
Yeah.
he's looking out the right side of the ship.
Yeah.
The correct side, I should say.
And there's a lovely music playing.
And there's lovely music playing.
But those doors do lock from the outside.
And there is
Coffee
this
cream.
strange nanotech reconstruction going on in front of you. Glisser, you know that this would date it to a very early period in Union Tech,
Right.
because at a certain stage it is understood or believed that there were massive wars with nano weapons
Right.
that just tore everything apart, and it took a while for the four species to get to that stage of war technology.
Right. Okay. So in which case, it's early period union, early stellar expansion phase, I think. Oh god.
Right, we'll just gather as much information about literally everything we can.
Your sensors are now just going.
Also, I really,
Meanwhile, I kind of
want
want
to
to
try
gather
and
as
go
much
in there if
information
I
about this
possibly
guy
can.
as I can.
Well,
Who he is, which
once
side,
I've landed,
what his
we
role
can then
is.
start exploring.
He's
Yeah.
got out a little
I'll go
headset
and find my back suit.
And he's
Have you still got a
recording.
back suit as well?
through the window. This is
You've
amazing.
still got a decent back suit
Yes.
as well.
Amazing.
Just
Absolutely
because obviously
amazing.
we won't fit your ones.
He looks you up and down again.
But if you're trim fits these ones.
How would you like to earn some money?
Big fan. Like
Yeah.
earning money.
Yeah.
Kind of play a bit young, because it's what was expected.
I could do with do with some data.
Right.
We willing to pay you if you were to maybe download some files for me.
See what I can do.
And then maybe make sure the sensors were pointing in a different direction from the block.
Our sensors.
Yeah.
Surely you want data from our sensors.
Yeah, but I want to get on the shuttle. He says, sort of smiling.
See, with you. Hold off on that for the time being, because I think it might be better served not leaving just yet, because we've got some other data that you'd be quite interested.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that your captain may not be aligned with my corporate objectives.
Captain's by the book man. Very, very,
That was the point.
very, very keen on. You've got that letter saying that, Crear says.
He punches on his little thing, and on your little device, your little phone,
Yeah, you got more
comes
money.
up a thing saying pending transaction, 125,000 credits. How about we come to an arrangement?
Yeah, the arrangement might be reachable. So you want me to reroute the sensors?
Yeah, just so that the internal sensors maybe aren't looking at the docking bay.
Or you
Maybe.
up to the.
I just need to check the shuttle's okay.
Yeah. Oh, I
I'd like to
understand.
do that without interference.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I can understand why you might want to do that.
And if you happen to download stuff about that and send it to my terminal, then I'll release these funds to you straight away while I'm at the docking bay.
I'm not great on computers, but I'll do what I can, right?
Okay, great. So I'll wait for 5 minutes, and then I'll go down to the docking bay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And say that there's a better view from down there.
With you.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to walk out.
Yep.
Go somewhere out of earshot of the room he's in, captain.
Acknowledge.
Skeezy bastard's trying to put a fast one, lock him in.
What's he trying to do?
Trying to bribe me to download schematics, reroute the sensors, point them away from the docking bay so he can get into the shuttle and do a run for it. You got 3 minutes before he comes out of his room.
Could we give him false information, get him down there, take the money, and then lock him up?
Can you get me the false information?
Glisser, can you provide, seeing as you're next to me, the Bryce Corp guy that we picked up trying to get information out of us and then do a runner?
Alright.
Is there anything you could sort of junk information you could give him that's worthless?
Well, I've been working on a lot of speculations over the last 3 days, and 94% of them are completely wrong. Would you just give me that?
Yeah, give him some, give him some of the wrong stuff.
Answer it
Right.
as useful.
Oh, of course I'm useful.
Transfer it to Azor.
As I'm sending
The
some of
least useful stuff possible.
Oh, okay then. Right. Okay. Yep.
Literally the worst.
Yep. The idea I had at 2
Where
in
you
the
were
morning.
way
Yep.
off.
Yep. That one. Yep. Okay. You can have my 2 in the morning
Keep the
speculation as
sensors
to
on.
how fast
Keep the
we're going to like
sensors on,
information.
internal sensors pointed down there. All cameras. Let's watch him.
But if he still gets in, you can still take off.
Activate the locking
Look,
clamps.
the locking clamps might malfunction. Just saying. Might not be able to get away. Can you put a kill switch on that shuttle?
I can't do it in 3 minutes.
The only
2
great
minutes.
pity
The easiest
is I
thing I
haven't
can
got
do-
access
okay,
to the
The
French
easiest
and
thing I can do
phone
is walk onto the shuttle
You
and wait till he
sending
walks through the door and punch
Azar,
him.
I'll say for a bit more.
You send
Yeah.
the data down to Azar.
Okay, I'll go and wait in the shuttle.
We're going to go in the shuttle.
And
Physically
hide.
stand next to the door,
Yeah.
and as soon as he comes in, I'm just going to meet him.
Okay. Cool.
Unfortunately, I don't have access to the Friends and
You're.
phone list.
I assume you're going to
yeah.
do it over. You're going to go and see him, or you're going to com him, or you just.
I'm going
I'll go and see him.
to tell Azar to not
He's
let
coming
him
out
in
of
the
his
shuttle
room.
until he's paid you.
Hold up. I don't know how I did this. I opened the folder and there's stuff in there about faster than light communication. I don't know if that's any use to you.
He's
I
like,
think it's pretty worth a little bit more than our original agreement.
make a broker roll.
Still training in that.
I'll give you -2 then. 'Cause
All right, then.
You got a little.
What's this off intellect?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go for
that's
that.
good.
Oh.
That's cold.
5, 6, 7 -2 is 5.
Okay. I don't have a lot of funds available to me like right now. So what I can do is I can give you the 125k, and I'll add an addendum that once we get back to civilization, once you report into a Bryce Corp facility, maybe on Crear or Ladaris, then we would transfer another 25,000 credits.
Well, you look like a trustworthy bloke.
Smart and
The suit showed me that you got the amount of integrity to have made it that far in a company as respectable as Bryce Corp. So I'm going to take your word for it.
Make a deception roll. You're laying it on a little thing.
Oh, well, look, I actually have deception.
No shit.
What's this come off of?
It's intellect.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Christ,
Visual stuff.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Okay, so we're agreed? Yeah. Right. He motions for the data. You give it to him. And he kind of quickly, he opens up a folder on his thing and goes in. And without looking, just hits his transfer button, and 125,000 credits get transferred to your account. He then goes, thanks, and he runs. He runs down the corridor. Make an intellect roll.
Yes.
10, 11, 12.
He's not carrying the briefcase.
Oh,
Shit.
It's
Yeah.
a bomb
It's
geezer.
an arm.
So he's running down the corridor to the shuttle.
I'm going to grab his briefcase and chase after him.
Right, so you go into his room.
Yeah.
And it takes you a minute or so to find it because he's hidden it in the room. And as you pull it out, it's unlocked. And sort of some documents and a few data chips and things sort of fly out. And you see that the housing inside is kind of loose. And there seems to be some sort of slim plastic explosive in there. And you put it quite near the edge of the hull. Yeah. And there's not a thing saying 5, 4.
I'm going to chase after him a bit.
Okay.
You're chasing after him with the device.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was planning
you're
on
in the
cobbing
shuttle.
it into the shuttle.
I'm in the shuttle.
You're in the shuttle. You guys on the bridge see him running through the ship. You see Azar come out of the room holding a briefcase, running after him, and he gets to the docking bay
Why is he
and
Looks like you've got his briefcase.
opens up the door, and he's the door opens and he steps in to run in and he goes,
At the stepping in point,
yeah.
I will turn on my chainsaw.
Okay.
That wasn't the brightest thing you've ever done today, is it?
He stops short and almost backpedals.
What's
He's
that?
like,
Did you say bomb?
what?
What?
You two get down there and disarm it. I've got to land the ship.
He just looks at you
Right.
okay, don't kill me.
So I basically, with my chainsaw, I will
You
just
can't just say
punch him.
bombs. Alright, okay, come on.
Actually, no, I'd probably be sensible and punch him with my other hand.
Okay.
Just in case you accidentally.
Unless you get
chop his
an
head
effective 6, and then you
Yeah, I don't want to chip his head.
Is this a gesture, or are you actually trying to lump him?
I don't. I'm not really. My intellect doesn't really suggest I do gestures very
Okay.
well. I probably didn't lump him very hard.
You don't do hitting very well.
You've got something on your nose.
I challenge you.
With a small glove. Did you get to 6?
Let me just see.
So that'd be.
Melee unarmed. Yeah, I don't know.
What's this for? Would that be dex or strength?
Well, so I do have a blade in my hand.
Right, there is a shuttle in here.
No.
You
If
shut
you
the
hit
door
him with
and
a
open.
chainsaw, it's a blade
That's
throw.
fine. So I've got, well, I would have hit him if I'd hit him with that. So
Do
I
you
do
hit him
have
with a chainsaw?
I do have melee, so I don't get any modifiers.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a bit of a love.
So yeah.
So you got 6. Okay. So you just whack him in the face, and he kind of steps backwards. And at that point, Azar runs up behind. You forgot your briefcase, and I'll throw it into the shuttle after
You
it.
can't throw it to the shuttle with me.
I don't know you're in there.
Okay.
He doesn't. He doesn't. To be fair, he's just seen him come stumbling out, and he's throwing the briefcase. So a briefcase flies towards you.
Is what's the guy doing?
He's stunned momentarily,
He's done.
and he's kind of confused as to what to do.
I'll be calling Jackson to go towards the shuttle zone because he's the engineer and most likely to be able to disable the bomb.
That's true.
A bomb?
Yes.
Okay.
And get the
He
science
runs across. Yeah, him and the 3 scientists run over.
I'll be running down there with them.
Get this all on.
I'm following
Shall
Stalwart.
restrain the.
Because I was
I don't run
the-
very fast.
You're going to restrain the guy.
I don't remember.
I shall
I'm
assist in the
I'm a-
restraining.
He says,
I'm a tiny.
please, I'm not going to struggle. I'm not really can't.
Restrain him.
Tell him to disarm the bomb.
He looks down his nose at you.
Disarm the bomb. Or we can go
Fine.
and sit on it.
He goes over and
I will watch what he does.
he disarms the bomb.
But I'll watch how he disarmed it.
Okay.
So I can
He
see.
goes,
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh.
it's disarmed. It's not sophisticated. It's a shitty bomb that sits in my briefcase. But could blow a hole in the side of your ship if I needed to get away and distract you.
I guess Jackson through scientists.
Yeah, they kind of run up.
I turn up with one of
Yeah.
those boarding ships.
to block the door. And it's all a bit of a no. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Do we now have the conversation about you transferring lots and lots of money, or we stick you in one of those things where it frees you?
Captain, the situation seems to be dealt with. I'm going to return to the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's
coming
it.
back up as well.
Let's go with the
You-
freeze option.
You guys deal
He
with
just
this.
kind of
Freezing.
that seems to like
yeah.
terrify him. He's
Yeah,
like,
freezing.
seriously, all I have left is 25,000 credits, and I will give all of that to you right now if you don't stick me in a low berth.
Take it and stick it in a low berth.
No.
I'll transfer it to you when we get back. I can show you that I've got it, but I'll transfer it to you.
I'll go and stick him in a room. We can't. I can't.
Maybe
freeze
not
him.
a state
He
room.
wears like a really good suit and stuff. He's probably important. We should probably perhaps not.
Freeze it.
And get him in trouble with the authorities trying to blow up
Freeze
in a ship working for the Career Defence Council.
Freeze it.
Just lock him in somewhere and forget about it. We've
I'll
got more
lock it.
important
I
things
will.
to do.
You're standing
Seriously,
there.
more important.
You're still on the bridge, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
they've run back to the bridge.
Okay.
So you can see now that the Stalwart's on his way up from.
Yeah.
You can see that this
Don't need to change because I didn't know.
this cloud of particles, which you've started to scan, you can see that they are some nanotechnology cluster that is moving around, directed by the gravitational forces and kind of fields that the reclamation units are using and channeling and funneling, so that they don't just sort of drift off. They don't seem to be motile themselves. They need direction in this way. So they're being funneled and moved, and then they sort of clamber over things.
Have they tried to repair the communications array yet?
Seems to be trying to repair the superstructure first.
It's reasonable.
You have noticed, Stalwart, that the power signatures are starting to level out.
On the ship.
Yes.
The ball.
Less fluctuations. And after sort of 10 minutes of watching this kind of agape, the cloud dissipates and the reclamation unit moves back to the wall, the small aperture on it closing. And then you see the lights on another one start up, but then they drop off. And you sense that the power signatures around the area are plummeting suddenly. Like this has taken a huge amount of energy to create this.
Yeah, to fix the ship.
So a large part of the superstructure has been fixed. Communications open up.
Oh, hell, Captain got
This is Fumihiko. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
This is Captain Alexanderson. Sorry, Commander Alexanderson. Yes, I can hear you.
Have you got that arsehole Bittlestone on your ship?
He's in custody.
Good. Deserted us. Left us to be taken in by that thing. What the fuck is going on?
That's difficult to explain at the moment, but we're in the process of trying to recover you.
The ship is like growing.
Yes, it is. Ancient technology is trying to repair you. What's the wounded? I'll explain later. How many wounded have you got, and how badly?
We've stabilised everyone. We've all got into one section of the ship so that we can conserve power and atmosphere. Everyone seems to be okay for the moment. People are scared, tired, frightened, hungry, but alive.
But not in
We've
imminent
got a few
danger.
broken bones, but nothing.
Right, we'll try and head down to you.
Yeah, we're gonna try and recover you.
Let's just go and go and get the shuttle and go over there.
Can we do that?
Well, I can pilot a shuttle.
Where is it sort of left them?
So
Now
one
the
of the
thing-
units is still holding it,
Right, okay.
and the one that had come off the wall has now gone back.
I think they've run out of power to repair
Yeah,
it.
I
Are you all
suspect they
employees
have.
of Bryce Corp?
No, I don't work for Bryce Corp.
Okay. Are any of the other survivors Bryce Corp employees?
No, they were all in. There was some sort of meeting that they were having in one section of the ship, and we weren't allowed to attend. And that part suddenly vaporized, and everyone was sucked out into space. So we don't know what happened.
How unfortunate. Prepare for an extraction. We're going to send a shuttle over. Gather your belongings.
The shuttle only needs one.
Our
person
sensors
to
have
pilot.
just been fixed. I'm getting up close telemetry of these graviton
Oh, this
signals.
is-
If we could link
Can I relay that to you?
Yes,
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 relay
yes,
all the
yes,
data to
yes.
us.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh hell yes. We'll take all of this data.
Oh, rolled an 11.
Right, you know what? I'm putting matey in the freezer.
Okay. Okay. You just they've
Well,
all,
I'm gonna
they-
be on the
well, no
shuttle.
one's looking.
I'm gonna
And
be on
you
the shuttle,
go to
so-
the room, unlock it, you grab him, put him in a thing.
I'm fine.
He makes some
I
meek,
don't really care.
flailing attempt to resist you, but you can tell his slim frame is merely an aesthetic choice rather than any athleticism. So he's not very strong, and you just kind of stick him in a thing without much resistance, and he is frozen.
He's too much of a liability out in a room. Man carried bomb around with him. If you've got any electronic skills, he can try and hack us while we're busy doing
I
something.
completely agree. I'd rather he was in
He's a
there.
risk.
And he's annoying.
Well, I'm not there anymore.
Right, so
Have
what
I
do you want?
landed yet?
I assume we've landed.
Yeah, you've landed. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you landed.
okay.
Yeah, you've been
So
sitting on the docking pad looking
so what's
out.
the
over
strategy?
there.
I think the shuttle.
In the interest of transparency, though, he has given me 130,000 credits.
Excellent. Transfer it to the ship fund. We can sort that out later. Good work,
I
Anton.
think. What do you want?
Promotion.
How do you want to do it? Because I mean, I think getting the shuttle over there is the most likely thing. Hopefully, they haven't altered the superstructure so much, and the shuttle's still docked.
It
looks pretty similar to
from the
what it
looks
should
of everything, can we access it via the walkways, or do we have to dock?
You would have to get to. It's kind of hanging in the
hanging.
middle of this space.
Okay.
Looks like it's some area where they would bring things in, repair them, fix them,
Can we
then
have
maybe
this
do.
then?
Because
Alright,
I
I'm
mean,
going to open
We know they had a shuttle
communications.
dock, so and you know that
We're
works.
sen-
The guy Fumihiko's just left it open. So
okay.
you
Yeah, we're sending a shuttle over.
well, your
over.
shuttle over.
Can you leave all your sensors running, just relaying the information? We want
Yeah,
to gather as
absolutely. We'll
we
keep the power
turn
going as
everything
long
on.
as
We want
possible.
as much information. Literally turn up, get in back suits, turn off life support, turn off everything apart from the sensors and the
Will
comms
do.
to relay it
Will
over.
do.
We're sending a
There's
shuttle.
loads of stuff. We're going to be pouring through this for ages.
Oh, tell me.
This gravimetric technology is wondrous.
Perfect. How long do you think you can keep the sensors running for?
A few days.
Nice.
Excellent. We can always try and sort out further power if needed.
Well,
Get your gear ready.
As long as that aperture stays open, we can just pump it out to you.
How long do you need to gather your gear?
There's not much left. Like 10 minutes.
Why are they
We'll be
coming out to us? We're parked in the roof.
If you were to fly out and return to
Can-
the planet,
Alright.
they could keep.
All right, we'll be with you. We'll be with you in
Captain, so.
They give remote access to the ship systems. We can
Oh, yeah,
control everything from
I'm
there.
sure they can do that.
Yeah, we can. I'll pass that over to you now. Who's on your bridge? I'm accessing a
I'll
Sending it to one of
I
your
will send
stations.
him like a IP type address.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that comes up on your screen store. You now have access to their systems.
So
I'm around.
Download any
The,
data.
if Brandon and people are going to head over in the shuttle to recover the people, I think I at least should try and get up into one of those control rooms and see what I can do. I mean, I might, because I don't know at what point the power might come back up again, and I don't know at what point it might decide to do whatever it might decide to do.
People can go and fit in one of those.
This is still quite a precarious.
There's a few.
I mean, the best thing would be to just get them all out and on here, then because we can fly out if the door
And we
starts to
can then
shut and I
help
can't
use
close
them
it.
to help you gather information.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's got two seats on it, but you've got 20 tons of space.
Oh, so a lot.
So
Yes, you can fit
12
bunch
people
of,
quite
yeah.
happily.
All right. Yeah, I'll
You
tell
can
them if they've got any like hard drives or anything they need to bring. Just bring them.
Yeah, we're pulling all the hard drives, we're grabbing all the stuff, apart from the sensor so it can run. We're setting up the power so that it's just feeding into there. We're shutting everything down. So it might, when you're over, we'll probably be ready.
Excellent. Great. Right. So Brandon's going to get the scientists. They can give you a hand gathering as much data from this place as you can. You're quite right. Brandon's gathered a portable power source.
Yeah, and so I need to try and get into. I'll gesture where look like officers.
All right. Azar, can you go with Brandon to make sure he's all right?
The guy's voice comes over the comms again. Sorry, Commander Alexanderson. Yes, sorry. I've had a request from some of the crew. Littlestone hacked everybody's personal accounts and has somehow managed to siphon money out of everyone on the crew when he left. We seem to be short 40,000 credits. Did you find anything on his person that had any funds?
We'll look into that.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sure we can get that resolved. We've got some expert computer programmers.
Thank you.
We'll give you
They haven't had
So
enough
do we-
time.
yeah, basically when they get over here, we'll give them
Okay, so who's going in the shuttle?
Azar and Brandon.
Okay, so you get in the shuttle,
I'll get ready.
Yeah, and I need to get my back suit.
and you guys are going to go over to look at the.
Yeah, if we can start looking at there
Building.
and
Jackson
Get
and the
going.
scientists will stay on board the ship, so that they can receive the data, make sure things are good to go. and everything like that.
they might be able to help remotely.
I'll get Brandon to bring them up to the bridge because they can start using the computers there.
Sure. Yeah.
And we can go. You
I
go with
remember
us?
Yeah, I'll come with
Okay,
you, Brandon,
perfect.
and
Let me-
supervise things here.
Right. So, Brandon's going on the shuttle.
I've got the shuttle.
Sorry,
Yeah,
not
right.
Brandon.
Jackson.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, Brandon and Azar, you guys get on the shuttle and you start
As we go
flying.
to the shuttle, I'll point out to Brandon that we'll put the Bryce Corp guy on ice as well.
I'll put some food. You know those tasty treats I've made?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll just put them in the shuttle just in case they're a bit peckish.
Okay.
They did say they were low rations.
You made
we've
some
got nice leisure facilities on board.
a nice fruit punch, non-alcoholic, because
Absolutely.
just ready
Oh,
for
yes.
Yeah, some
You
cookies.
could have done that in our auto bar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you undock the shuttle, the pinnace, and you start to fly across. And as you're heading towards it, it's not a long distance, as I said, but, talking solar system kind of size. It's a short distance. But as you approach, you can sense that there are these strong gravimetric fields around it, like it's holding it in place. So you have to carefully maneuver the ship around the other side to come into the docking port. So if you could make a pilot.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Be okay, or do you need a co-pilot?
No. I've got bonuses to my pilot.
I was going to say, if he reported
I rolled over 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I get in, I might be able to find a please put it down gently button, but
You dock.
I can fly a ship. I'm okay.
I know, just in general, because we don't really want it held there
Sure.
forever and ever.
You dock. And you open the doors, and there's a whole gang of back-suited scientists who, through the glass, you can see various weary, pained, scorched-looking
Pulling
faces.
along to the ship.
They're all carrying
Helping them with their
gear.
luggage.
Someone's got like large storage pod on wheels. Someone's got like hard drives that they've got stacked up in carry satchels and all kinds of stuff. They're bringing it all on board, and they're like coming in. And one last person comes through, and he pulls his visor back, and it's Fumihiko, who you've been talking to on the comms. We're all here.
How many of them are there?
There's 10 of them. We're good to go. We just had to say goodbye to Michael. But anyway, he's going to pay. Right. Good to go. Well, stay out of your way. You do your thing.
Okay.
Well,
You
your friend is on ice back on our ship.
Okay. You have to show me where the power lead is for that unit.
I think it might be more useful to.
I know. Sorry.
Good power.
Speaking in anger, I shouldn't do.
So
Don't worry.
I will pilot them back.
As you're flying back,
Your pension could.
you see Magnus, Stalwart, and Glesser approaching. The name's on the screen. I don't know why I'm having trouble. Approaching, having gone out onto the docking ledge, the entrance to this control center. And as you approach, you can see there's minimal power still there. You have enough knowledge now of these systems to open the door.
We're getting good at door opening.
Yeah, so you go.
Damn, she's good.
We're getting good at doors.
And this square-shaped door, as wide as it is tall, opens up. It's all this dark bronze metal with kind of dull grey trim around it. And you go into a short hallway with a set of very deep, low stairs that go up, almost ramp-like. You wonder why they put these steps in, that lead up into a large control centre, which is kind of like air traffic control kind of room. But everything's dead. There are no lights on. Up in the very far corner, you can see one station with a little low power. But there are lots of stations dotted around, computer screens, and in the centre there seems to be a large open space with a thing in the ceiling and a thing in the floor.
And everything's kind of low down, isn't it?
Everything's low down. Yep. Low down and big buttons, lots of red glass. It feels a bit grungy, a bit steampunky. Yeah, and you can see this one screen at the far end of the room, which is slightly lit up.
Right. I'm going to get started.
Do your thing.
I'm just destroying all ships.
To be fair,
Right.
one of them got destroyed by itself, and the other one was an unfortunate accident.
Slight smirk when she says that.
You were in the vicinity of another ship exploding. All these lab ships.
Things do keep going.
Only one was allowed.
I shall carefully
Oh,
conjure out
just for the
Brandon's power
traitors.
source. He found me and
Okay.
start carefully taking it
Okay.
off. 'Cause
Sure.
we're not in a sort of, if you don't make this work in the next 3 seconds, we're going to get exploded
We've got
situation.
the portable power supply. Also, if you can, try and find out where the main power supply is and what sort of output it's got.
Yeah, and
Because
whether
if possible, we might even be able to, well, not us, but Crear might be able to jury-rig a larger scale power unit.
in the long run,
How
we'll
the
have
base.
that's what we'll have to do for this and the planet. I mean, this isn't just this doesn't
Even
just
stuff
change.
like schematics, door control.
If we can get all this working again, this doesn't just change the balance of power in the intersection. This changes the balance of power completely.
You do have to remember that
It's just a single facility. Even a repair facility of this nature
Yeah, but
could be
faster than light
pretty-
communication.
So you're discussing this as you walk over to the screen that is on. And there you can see that shortly after a message relayed from this asteroid, as you look at the panel you can see you were in communication control center.
Marvellous.
As that message came in, it was relayed to the Stellar Artisan. And a message was received from the Stellar Artisan about 20.5 seconds later.
Still work. Still work.
It's a stellar artist.
And it explicitly says Stellar Artisan.
That's why I should put
Oh,
people
it's purported to be one of the names of the Meldic cards.
No, that's how.
This thing got a message from Malbaktar in 20 seconds.
Yes. Also, worryingly, something on Meldaktar can still run this communication rig, which no one knew about when we were there.
There's a communication log. The mining foundries have refired. The internal defense systems have picked up erroneous life forms and have activated, but are at 3% integrity. And the tachyon grid has reinitiated.
Might want to turn that off.
There's just a message that's sent
My
back.
priority is
Is that
turning off
from-
erroneous life
That's
forms
from
internal-
Meldaktar.
No, that's Meldaktar.
Oh, that's what's happening in Meldaktar.
Yeah.
What's a tachyon grid?
You have no idea.
I have no idea what a tachyon grid does.
I think it's a physics term.
But we have some theoretical
some.
physicists. I phone Derek.
Hey!
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Derek.
Hey, is that Glisser?
No, the
Yeah,
turret
yeah.
is down powered.
No, but he's just swinging around in the chair.
Okay.
He's just swinging around in the chair. He's enjoying himself.
What's a tachyon grid? Or what might a tachyon grid be? Speculate.
What?
What's a tachyon grid? What might a tachyon grid be? Entertain me.
That's silly.
Come on.
Why are you talking about tachyon grids? Tachyon's a theoretical particle. We haven't ever measured them or seen them or found them or.
Just humour me. What
Well, they
what are they supposed to be?
Well, they are supposed to be faster than light particles. Actually, posited that they have an anti-time element to them, and that if you could harness them in some way or control them, then you could make something happen in less time, almost near instantaneous transmission of data.
This must be their communications relay.
Yes.
Okay. Can we
So-
tell if it goes anywhere else?
I'll try and look in the logs. Is everything just planet here, Meldaktar kind of thing?
There are old communication logs from Malnen Dirac and Osongord Dirac.
And we know of those systems, or
Yep.
we know those
Something in
systems.
those systems.
At one point, they were in communication with Mal and Derek and us and Gold Derek.
The ones with D, A, and K.
Yeah.
Okay.
And more importantly,
Oh.
which means remnant.
So not Atlantic.
Not that you've
No.
got a log.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Different naming convention. Yes, different species.
There's loads of ours in there.
Luckily,
Oh yeah, there are.
luckily for us, the Union's my particular
Well, that's
expertise.
this area.
The Amber Zone. This is why you're here.
Yeah.
This is why. Yes.
That's also why the area is very dangerous.
No.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, this doesn't.
Instantaneous communication over that distance is, well, baffling.
You get another communication from
Oh, that's all.
Oh God.
the Stellar Artisan.
Still Artisan. I'll be.
Insufficient tachyon grid integrity for jump.
It's not coming here.
Wait, what?
Because it can't yet.
Please send repair reclamation units.
No, wicked.
You're telling me that thing can wake up?
It was supposed
It's
to be a
always.
ship.
It was.
But it's
It's a planet.
Wow.
Yes, I know. But we think the Union use these enormous vessels that would. They were pneumatic. They don't have a home world. If they had a home world, we never found it. And they use these enormous vessels. But now the Stellar Artisan, which is what they think it's a working translation for Meldaktar. It moved, but not for thousands and thousands.
Probably hundreds of thousands.
so
Yes,
when this thing
more
says
than
reclamation units, I'm assuming they're referring to those things that
Little
took.
bots.
yeah, but presumably in something that can actually travel at faster than light, though.
We don't know they can't. I mean, so
To be fair, we don't know they can't, but they currently they haven't got the power, so that's kind of academic.
Yeah.
Plug
They
them
don't seem
in.
to be
But-
doing anything.
And also in the list of things I would like to do with this technology, though, making Meldaktar move would be hilarious. It's down the
There's
list.
a lot of people
really.
on board.
Because there's a lot of people
So,
on it that would fall off of it.
Meldaktar is a
Consider it
constant
terrifying.
war
Well,
zone.
I think it would.
There are many factions on there who are constantly fighting as they're all searching for the secret lost treasures of Meldaktar.
Technology's reactivating ships.
But
I
they're
hope no one
Meldaktar.
I knew closely was living in.
And also,
Okay.
I don't think Meldactyl would have any structural integrity.
You don't know if that means that much has actually happened. It's trying to do that.
Does this give any kind of schematics as to where this would be on Meldactyl?
It's just a communication log.
Where the receiving.
Where the receiving.
Oh god, I mean, it's somewhere deep in the depths of something that hasn't been found, I suspect. But as I say, it doesn't sound thankfully like Meldactyl can do.
Many of the factions there were three main theories as to where the communications areas were. They were all basically guesswork.
Yeah. I don't think anyone.
The amount of stories and theories about what different parts of Meldactyl do are.
And the trouble is, bits of Meldactyl have been moved around as well. So even if someone found the communications array, it might not be plugged in where it was supposed to be plugged in the first place by now, because someone 4 generations ago thought it looked better over there, and we'll never really know.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
And that's why it's an amber zone system. People are warned that wherever you dock, you may be flying into a battle zone. And it's the size of a planet with an asteroid the size of a moon hanging out the side of it, full of Cho Ricks.
And also the minor issue that you made, for instance, dock in an area containing a bunch of religious lunatics who then try and sacrifice you to the ship, for instance.
They're probably having a whale of a time. They worship the ship. Mm-hmm. They're crazy religious people.
Yeah, they nearly sacrificed me to still managed to get me out there, which is a repeated theme
You
in my
find
career.
yourself in trouble a lot, don't you?
I occasionally have a bit of a cavalier approach to the home button.
Greeny blue symbol flashes on the panel.
Oh, that's all. That's a different colour. Hang on.
Seems to be something on the power containment system dashboard.
Not good. I shall try and access the power containment system dashboard.
You are starting to get the hang of these panels as you start to see more of them.
Does this
thing need more power? Should we connect the backup unit, or does it look sufficient?
It seems that the central power core, the containment fields are failing on some of the elements in there. You're not sure what some of the technical data is that you're reading.
Does it appear to be off, however, though?
You think the power's dropping off very quickly, and you're not sure what that might mean. Could just be shutting down rapidly.
I was going to say, if I can see it off, I shall make sure it is going off as much as I can.
Okay. Make sure the doors stay open.
I was going to say, we can manually open them if needs be, and it's better that the power's off. If it loses containment,
No.
I don't think
the big one.
Oh, the big one, yeah, okay, the big one.
The big one is still open.
Yeah, okay. Let me find the override for the big one, because that might be the most important one. I should try and make sure I know where the override is in case it tries to shut that one.
It's clearly marked where the entrance aperture control is.
So what are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading that there is an issue with containment on the main power core.
Right, well, that sounds very dangerous.
It does sound very dangerous. That's why I'm trying to make it off fast as I can.
You're trying to shut it down.
Shut down the main power core.
Yeah.
Make a linguistics roll. See if you can translate panels quick enough to understand what's going on.
Probably.
Yeah.
9, 10, 11.
I'm going to have to give you 4-sided dice. Okay, you find... Oh, here we go. Here's an engineering link through subroutine. Here we go. Turn it off.
Yeah, okay. I think I've turned it off.
Emergency shutdown procedures.
Yeah, emergency shutdown. But as you were saying...
Somewhere in the distance you hear some clangs and some movements within the asteroid, almost as if some backup physical element has been put in place to secure some very dangerous power core.
Yeah, that's our main
We do
problem.
Star Trek wobble.
You do a Star Trek wobble. And we're in time now. That's good.
The main problem is you've just seen, as I said, communication with Meldactyl, power requirements of communication with Meldactyl, I don't even they're thinking about. But right now they're currently off before they overload and kill us.
That's a good thing. Like I said, we can always try and install a more familiar power core at some point.
Yeah.
As long as we can maintain access to the facility.
We just need years.
As the power core is shutting down, the power's fading from the communication panel, and a small message comes in.
Oh, hang on.
Princeton signature detected, and then the system shuts down.
Do I know what a Princeton is in character?
You do.
Yeah, it's one of Bohr's, isn't it?
It's the forces that the Union was rallied against in the Great War.
I should probably say
and we will stop there. That's the end of the
On
episode.
the bright side, we have cookies.
You do have cookies.
And a fruit punch.
Punch.
Okay,
Go for
cool.
punch!
Right, well,
And 85,000 credits we didn't have before.
that's true. And a Union Tech asteroid full of cool stuff. But you might not be able to figure out how to use it, or it might blow up. Who knows?
Never mind repair systems. Can we get it to upgrade our ship?
Like I
Not a
said,
bad
turn
idea.
on that reliably
Yeah.
at any point soon.
Okay, cool.
Let's find something to test it on.
So, we'll leave it there. We'll be back soon with another episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Please like, comment and subscribe. Check out the forum, garbladgames.co.uk/forum. See us on Facebook, Garblag Games, Twitter, Garblag Games, Instagram, Garblag_games. Just for fun. But yes, check out all the stuff we're doing. We're putting more videos out for Legend of the Five Rings. We're building worlds on the forum. And we're looking to do Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay soon. But there'll be more Traveller on the channel, so stay tuned. We'll see you out there in the eternal reaches. Bye-bye.
Bye.